things from the things, or do you have to get the actual pack?
You could get the individual pack. I would say you get the individual pack, and then whatever you don't want, we could just give it to Ravik. Because Ravik should have the carrying capacity for it.
Yeah.
Okay, and we can trade stuff around.
So if you look, Kate, on the bottom right corner, there's like I believe it's like looks like a lock. If you click the lock,
yes,
then it puts up like.
That's better.
And is the reason we're getting a Dungeoneer's pack instead of like an Explorer's pack?
That's all she had.
She only had the packs. Okay.
Pure desperation, my friend. Pure desperation.
I gotta.
Yeah, work with the way
just let me know what you're giving to me so I can add it to my.
Some useful tools.
Where'd you ping me?
Oh, sorry. You seemed interested, so I figured give it to you, and then you.
Yeah, I gotta.
Goods. Yeah.
I gotta see what's in the pack.
Alright, okay. Rocket is encumbered without a bedroll.
I should probably also say the name we're going for Ravik is Ironhoof right now, so.
So, does she have bedrolls, or what does she have?
She did have bedrolls. She was going to give everyone a bedroll.
I see it. Everyone has a bedroll.
Yeah.
Someone's just gonna have to carry.
Yeah.
Someone's just end up carrying a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, which we can then trade back if needed.
Yeah, so right now, Rocket is encumbered.
So I'm just putting -1 bedroll for red.
So just with the pack?
Yeah, just with the pack you're encumbered.
Yeah, see?
Oh, right. What can I...
Does anybody else have a strength of at least 10? Like I know my character does. Did all the other spellcasters do strength as their dump stat?
I'm a frail old man. I don't have that much strength.
I think most of the group I'm pretty sure the overwhelming majority of the group dumped strength.
Okay.
Does she have enough water skins for everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
was
so
asking
how about... If we wanted to do it, how about my character and Kevin's character both take it, and then we sort out what we don't want? And we can sort of do that on the side through Discord, so it doesn't bog down the rest of the session.
Sure, we can do that. Alright, so lastly, the last thing we do before we get into it proper is Ida, recap, go!
Right, okay. So, several of the group have been chosen to stop the Void Dragon from eating Clamory, recruited by Breezy. They got into the Void Dragon with a cannon, which used to be Faust's cannon. They got in, but all their stuff was gone, and they were all in their underwear. However, when they got in the dragon, they have met a centaur and a lizardfolk. And we've pretty much just joined them along for the ride. We even met an orc, who I forgot his name, but he took us to his village. But on the way, we found a ruined cart and fought a mimic. Nathalie got caught in the mimic, but we saved her, so she's okay. Let's see. I'm trying to remember what else. Okay, so we made it to the orc village. Sorry?
Side note.
Yes?
Mimic spit does not make good hair gel.
I also
this is a valuable thing to iron out. I appreciate that.
I will add some context. The cart had no wheels or even a space for there to have been wheels, and it was also half burning and half frozen.
Yeah, it was half burning, half frozen. There was that. Let's see.
Not much of a cart if it can't have wheels on it.
A magic cart,
one that
hovers.
It was a wagon, not a cart. But yes, it was a wagon that didn't have wheels or a place for wheels. Take that for what you will.
Yeah. We made it to the orc village, and later the orcs told us to go meet up with Rin, who has many missions for us to do, and also assignment to gather up materials, which is what we did. We took the mission to find a two-headed horse. That was on the next day.
The zombie dog.
The fuck?
Oh.
Jamie. Okay. Anyway, yeah, we hunted down the two-headed horse. We've even found a corpse that was on fire, that was burned and frozen at the same time, right? Was a horse corpse?
Yep, it was.
Okay. Yeah, but turns out the horse found us. We fought it. Two of our party members was knocked down. One of them went knocked down twice. But eventually we managed to hit him so bad that he puked out a purplish black worm, and he was back to normal. And it turns out that worm infected and mutated a regular horse to turn him into a big two-headed, fire-breathing, ice-breathing horse. Took that as evidence. Spent the night in a hole where we found this jewel that Luthien wanted, which we did take it, or did we take a part of it?
We took it in parts.
We took it in parts. And also some of us have kept watch, and the watches went out of normal. Then we ended up back at the orc village, and the orcs were freaking out that we took in the horse that we named Luke instead of killing the horse. But hey, problem solved. The horse isn't going to terrorize anybody anymore. And now we're trying to figure out what to do next, and that's all I remember.
And we went for shopping.
Oh yeah, and shopping.
Alright then.
Giant elephant bees.
Oh yes, the giant... Oh,
Bees.
I forgot.
What are those called again?
Goes the
It's
bees.
the whole part that mattered with your character.
I forgot!
Did it look like this?
She's more worried about other people's interactions than hers. I think that means she is a very selfless record keeper. I approve of this.
Oh yeah, we encountered these really big pretty flowers and these big elephant bees, which Nathalie tried to convince one of them to join us, but unfortunately the rolls were too low and now they decided to stay here. Also my character Ironhoof found a letter written by a friend that he knew but forgot about for some reason, but then suddenly remembered who she was, and he was all bummed out about it, but got cheered up by eating some flowers.
Yeah, and I'll remind you that your character also remembered that there was no giant-ass forest or orc village or any of that stuff before, and that cabin didn't have giant rainbow flowers or elephant bees. None of that stuff was there before.
Yeah, none of that was there.
Anyways, I imagine this is what they look like, right?
Where'd you post it?
I'm trying to find the right chat.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. No, they don't look like that.
Yeah, no, lumps and oozles.
Got the lumps. Aw.
Aww.
That's adorable.
Uh-huh.
And terrifying.
Alright, so we'll get started properly now. So yeah, you guys pick up from your rest in Rin's basement. It is now morning.
Wait. Before rest, we arrived at 5 p.m.
Yeah, we still had
Yeah,
some
we were going to
time.
do a couple things in the evening.
Yeah, Luthien would have, above table, sort of impressed that since we have time to kill, we should talk to the people here, see if what there's to find out. For example, she would go to Nathalie and Grandpa and say, hey, maybe somebody around here might know more about the flora fauna, so next time you're going for certain herbs, you know what to look for. She's going to try to find a scout and see if she can't find out more information about where we are at. But basically press upon everybody the idea to, we have time to talk about these people. We know nothing about them. Yeah.
So just like a quick question here. We've been coming and going to this village for a couple of events now. We've seen the place. We've cased the joint out a little bit. Do we know like approximately how many orcs live here? Is this a heavily populated village? Is this like 100 people? Is it 30 people?
From what you've seen, this village, which looks more like a fortress, has, from what you can tell, about 1,000 orcs that look like soldiers and about 50 orcs that look like villagers.
So village here is a term used loosely.
They refer to this place as Dragon Hunt Village. Take that for what you will.
Yeah, but it's by the military present, it's more frontier fort.
You've seen, when I say like 3 children, I literally mean you've encountered 3 children, like in the back.
With one shop and no paper.
Yeah, shop is a generous term for Rin's establishment. that looks more
Uh-huh.
like a smithy for like a quartermaster smithy for military outposts than a store.
You need an axe. This is your place. You want a comic book? This ain't gonna happen.
Is there sort of like just like a communal meeting area?
So if you were to ask an orc, they would tell you that the closest thing they have is inside the big keep-like building made of stone in the back of the village.
Would they let me in?
No one says they wouldn't. They say as long as you have permission from the chief to go in there, that you could go in there.
Okay, I'd like to learn a couple orcish songs from your people.
So, they're not.
That is her main reason. Her other reason is also she just wants to chat people up and see if she can find out like the lay of the land a bit.
Yeah, so they're not these orcs don't come across as particularly musical, and they'll tell you they really only partake in music for rituals.
No.
But they tell you that you're welcome if you're around the next time they go to the Hill of the Hunted for a ritual, that you're welcome to come. If anything, you're very welcome to come because you made it safe to go there again.
This is a little bit disappointing. They don't have any drinking songs? No. Work songs?
You haven't seen a single orc drinking like an alcoholic beverage at all since you've been here.
Oh my god, it's a dry town!
You don't see a tavern at all. This seems to really be all about the military, which you have no idea why they would need so many soldiers.
Military sing all kinds of songs. Marching songs.
The only thing worse than a village that's haunted.
One by one, hurrah, hurrah.
You were saying?
I was saying that the only thing worse than a village that's haunted, a village that's sober. They remember everything you did. Hide the bard!
Ironically, Sif is actually a teetotaler, but which is the closest thing we have to a bard. But
take what I just told you for what it is. This is a very strange village.
And because I don't know any Orcish, I can't just strike up a Orcish song that tries to get people involved.
Yeah, these orcs speak common and Orcish.
So why don't you strike one up in common?
I mean, I could try to strike up a common song.
Excuse me.
Yeah, basically. Just sort of... Oop, did I click something accidentally? No, I didn't. But I would want to go to somewhere more or less public, not just here in the middle of the shop. So I would go to the general meeting area.
Oh, so now insist.
So when you get to the fortress like thing, there are several very heavily armed guards outside, and one of them turns to you and says, "Hold, stranger."
Hello, I'm one of the guests.
And they say, "Yes, we heard about you. Do you have permission from the chief to enter?"
Do I have permission from the chief?
As far as you know, you haven't talked to any chiefs.
Oh, where would the chief be?
And they say, we believe the chief left town early this morning.
Oh, right, that was him. I mean, he waved at us. Is that as good as permission? He knows who we are. He let us into town.
And they say, that does not count.
Oh, God, you need written in triplicate, don't you?
They say no, though just his word directly to us will do.
Fine. She's gonna, like, sort of lean against the wall. She's not gonna go in. And she's gonna start humming a song to herself. And eventually singing and see if it entertains her or not.
You can see they seem somewhat entertained, but they also aren't letting it distract them.
What if I roll performance?
You can absolutely roll performance, and maybe you'll be more distracting if you roll really well.
That's not terrible.
Yeah, like I said, they're slightly entertained, but they choose to not be distracted too much.
These are very joyous orcs.
Yeah, these are very serious-looking orcs. They are by far the most heavily armored orcs you've seen.
Is it like a serious door, or is it like an archway?
This is actually a serious door. In fact, it's the only thing outside of some of their weapons you've seen made of metal.
It's a big door.
I can go invisible, but I can't make a door just open and close without somebody noticing.
So, she's gonna try and chat up the guards a bit.
I mean, they will talk to you if you try to talk to them.
So,
Yeah.
what's... You guys are... You guys are doing some serious, This is some serious fortification. I take it there's a threat that's actually worth all this?
And they
you can't be doing it for fun, right?
One of them says, well, there was.
There was?
Generations ago, our village was assaulted by red dragons, and our founding chief was able to fight them off and found this village.
Okay, hence the Dragon Hill. Got it.
And they add, we guard this building because not only is it the safeguard of our people in case the dragons return, it houses the most important object to our village, the axe of our founding chief.
Yeah, I figured it was an axe or something.
Yeah, made from the scales and hide and bones of a red dragon.
Cool. So, do you guys travel much?
And they say, no, we don't travel. We're always on watch, guarding against the return of the red dragons.
Some serious dedication.
And they say, well, they're a world-destroying threat.
Now, Sif has not met any dragons.
No.
But she is aware of dragons from where we're from, and they're usually not so... grr.
Yeah, and you've never heard of, giant groups of dragons, which is what they're referring to.
Huh, well... I don't know, maybe I mean, horses are a very different thing here. Maybe dragons are very different, too. Oh, guys get many visitors? Merchants from other towns?
And they say, no, the next closest settlement is in the expanse of heraldry, which you have to go through the upper, what do they call it? You have to go through the Aquinas Plains and into the Great Hooves to reach.
So that's further west than the plains?
They say, yes, on the far side of the plains, there is a...
people write this down.
There is a pair of mountainous shapes.
Hold on.
Kind of small
Go back again?
that look like a pair of horses' hooves.
That's where again?
East, on the far eastern edge of the
Equine Plains, you said, right?
Yeah. The Aquinas
Red,
Plains.
or somebody else, please do it. I'm dealing with inventory.
So anyway, so they tell you that they kind of look like a pair of hooves, actually, from a
Okay.
distance, and they tell you that
Or
inside
east.
one of them,
It's the far east of the plains, right? That
Yeah.
they're mountains.
yeah, a pair of small mountains that look like from a
Uh,
distance like two horses' hooves.
Far east.
And there's
And
a
they-
settlement
Well, so they tell
around
you
there
that,
or in there or
so they tell you that in there's a cave that goes straight up for a very long distance, and that at the very top of the cave, far above, is a settlement inside that area is known as the
Like on a-
Expanse of Heraldry, and there's a settlement there
Okay.
called
What kind of
Insignia.
folks live there?
They tell you that settlement is filled with Arakakra and Owlin. And
Okay.
Orc actually points directly above you to the giant, I described it at the beginning of the last session, the giant chasm in the sky. They tell you that it's on the other side of the chasm.
The mountains are?
The Insignia, the settlement, in the Expanse of Heraldry, which is basically above the Expanse of Fertility.
Huh? So wait, hold on.
Geography's weird
so, like,
here.
Like it curves? So like it curves.
It seems like it. We might be inside a giant O'Neill cylinder.
God, I hope we're not in a Halo.
Expanse of Fertility.
Hold on, the Expanse of Fertility?
So
Above the Force of Fertility, or above, or to the east of the
above
Equine?
above the entire Expanse of Fertility, you can see in the sky, there's this giant chasm in the sky, because the sky has a ceiling, right? And in that chasm, and they tell you that above, on the other side of that chasm, is the Expanse of Heraldry, where the city of Insignia is. That's the next closest location, like, settlement.
Expanse of... We're in the Expanse of Fertility, right?
Yeah, you're in the Expanse of Fertility. And they tell you that the only way out of the Expanse of Fertility is to go to the Expanse of Heraldry. And then one of the guards says, but you would know that because you obviously came through there.
Don't worry about it.
You're not there.
I'm not there.
What is
I'm
she
trying
gonna
to
say. What
I'm sorry.
does
I'm trying
she say?
to think.
Oh, we're.
It's okay.
Let's just say we traveled in a somewhat unconventional manner.
Well, it's not a lie, so I won't make you roll deception.
She tries not to lie.
The Expanse of Fertility, and then we're trying to get
might
to
not tell the whole truth.
Yeah. Anyway,
The
so they tell you that
Expanse
to leave the Expanse of Fertility, you would have to go through the Great Hoops. But again, they say, you would already know that.
Okay. And how long would you say that takes to walk?
Oh, and they say, well, walk is a bit of a weird way to phrase it. It's a heavy vertical climb.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but I mean, walk to where the...
Oh, and they say, if you really go as fast as you can, our scouts can get there in about a day.
Okay, so... Probably 2 to 3 days for us weak-ass nerds. Got it?
And they say, and it's probably, I've been told, it's a 2 or 3 day climb.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
God damn it.
Okay, so through the chasms where again?
Above you.
The Expanse of what?
Oh, that leads to the Expanse of Heraldry, or that's what they call it.
Well, thanks for answering my questions.
City of
Keep
what?
up the good work. And she's going to walk away giving the finger guns. And she's going to go back to the rest of the group and tell them everything they just told her.
The Expanse of
Heraldry.
Heraldry.
We're not planning to go for a 3-day climb straight right away, right?
We don't have to climb.
Absolutely
I
not.
don't. And then the city's called what again?
Not just go there now.
The city is called Insignia.
Insignia.
Is it now?
City.
I will say, as Sif returns to the group, Nathalie is the only one to spot that she's being followed. Sif has been followed back to the group.
So, who do I see following her?
An orc wearing a cloak that obscures them entirely.
So, As Sif comes back and I see this, is this character trying to look nonchalant in a crowd, or are they trying to hide in the shadows between buildings and shit?
They're trying to hide.
Okay. So I'm gonna see Sif coming back, and then Sif, you'll notice Nathalie waving and saying, "Hi!" behind you, and Sif's gonna say, "You are friendly. You make friends wherever you go."
Oh, okay.
And then she's gonna take you by the shoulders, and she's gonna flip you around. And she's gonna put you down, and she's gonna point and say, "I think you have a fan already."
Do I see this cloaked orc?
Now that they're pointed out to you, yes.
I'm assuming they are aware that they've just been pointed out.
Yeah.
Hi, Mr. Nice Orc. I'm sure that you're just shy, but we're really nice.
And the orc dashes down a nearby alley.
Do we see this? Do we all see this?
Oh yeah, once it's pointed out, you all see them.
As he turned around, can I cast sleep on him?
Yeah, you could certainly try.
I want to try.
Like this.
Alright, I guess sleep for... Oh, it's 90 feet.
I don't have
Okay,
full person yet, so I can't just make him stop.
I believe they
Does
get a
it work?
save for this, right? Do they not? Or do
Sleep?
they not get a save? No, actually they don't get a save, do they? It's just HP
Nope.
based, isn't it? Yeah.
It's just HP based. It's a
Well, then
weird
that's what-
spell.
We're low enough level that everything's probably low enough HP.
Oh yeah, oh no, they absolutely fall asleep and collapse face first onto the ground.
Ooh.
Imagine we're just gonna poke him.
Definitely, let's go pick him up. Make sure he didn't break anything. His nose.
Nathalie is going to go over and very, very, very gently, pick. How big is this orc compared to her?
Compared to you, short. I mean, they're orcs, so they're fairly large.
Right.
This
Right.
is a fairly old orc. Actually, by your estimation, a very old orc. Who's
Can
a
I
lot
fireman carry him? Can I
sure.
princess carry this guy?
Oh yeah, for sure. In terms
Totally
of
gonna-
6'4" in height, but way less muscular than most orcs. And
Okay, yeah, I got him. So I'm gonna princess carry him.
I'm assuming you're coming back to the group and we're all just gonna question him.
But as I'm coming back, I'm going to be a little slow because I am going to be checking him. Make sure that his jaw isn't broken, that his nose isn't broken. Especially now that I know that he's old. I'm definitely going to baby this orc.
Roll medicine for me. If he took any damage.
And you will love him and pet him.
Also,
and
anyone else that
call
was near
him
him,
George.
and yeah,
I'm gonna
that's an
poke
AoE
Okay.
spell.
Well, so you don't
You
have
haven't-
disadvantage, so that's a 14. So yeah, they're fine. They might have they might be slightly
within
bruised.
10.
They've got a scraped knee, but it'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay,
Cups
so
with
when he comes close, Sif is gonna try to wake him up. She's gonna do the slap
don't
the
get-
cheek thing. Hey!
I can just end the
Wake
spell.
up.
can't
He could just do
Yeah.
this.
It just lasts a minute. You don't. It's not
Okay.
concentration, so it just has to
Yeah.
wait a minute for it to wear off.
I don't remember how that
Not a
works.
concentration spell, so yeah.
If he tries to flee the moment he wakes up, I am going to restrain him.
So
I am going to bear hug him and say, "No, shh, 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 shh. It's okay. You're safe. You're safe, Squish."
That's not scary.
So when they awaken, they do try to struggle free, and the orc says, "You need to let me go."
You will take my struggles for the best.
And they
Okay.
say, "For your safety and mine, we cannot talk
First,
here."
we're running the show here right now. First question. Why were you following me?
And they said, "Because I'm pretty sure about something, and I needed to check."
Second question. Do
What
know
were
where this
you
cock
sure
is?
about?
And they
Yeah.
say, and they say, "I can't talk about it here." And they're looking around.
What did the owl say?
Do you want this coffee?
Coffee?
I mean, we could drag him outside the town. Want to go
Because-
for a walk outside the town?
He's like, sure, whatever. Anything's better than here, where people can hear us.
Hey man, what do you see around here? I don't see anything too scary.
Helps with the
Happily, let him walk. We're going to take a little stroll.
Dude, Nathalie taps her chin in thought, and she goes, I could let him walk, or would it be better to make it look like we've captured him against his will?
Can we not kidnap some random town
Either
member,
way,
please?
what I can tell you is either way, you can see some of the orcs in the town are kind of staring at you and whispering to amongst themselves.
Nathalie sighs and puts him down.
Look, I normally love an audience, but I think this might be one instance where discretion is better used.
It was either he was going over my shoulder like a bag of potatoes, or
just keeps poking him with a stick.
So if we're gonna be going out of the village, just like talk with him, who's going with him?
I think basically everyone's there.
I think we should stick together right now.
Agreed.
Okay.
I am part of scene. I am doing inventory. I'm just there.
Oh, my ankle.
Oh boy.
Ironhoof will offer him a ride.
Yeah, how about a ride on our centaur? I say our centaur, but he's really his own centaur.
He's just gonna. The orc's gonna look.
He's just been hanging out with us, and I think he might be our friend now.
And he's gonna say, "No, thank you."
Nods.
I would like to survive to the end of today.
Hey! Can I take the ride?
He nods yes to Rocket.
Woo!
I'm giving
Rocket hops on.
Okay. As I said, let's take a
first
walk.
time riding a horse. Or a centaur.
And we'll leave the village.
How do we do this? Do I just bear hug you from behind, or?
I guess that's what we're doing. I mean, I know that my character was gonna go off on her own to ask somebody out, but I got suckered into doing this.
We've got a thing dealing with.
Yeah, we got a thing doing, and this feels like the type of thing Luthien would be around for.
God, we're easily distracted.
I know. Crystal, I asked you a question in Discord, by the way. Could you answer, please? Thank you.
Alright.
Or you know what? I think Luthien is literally doing inventory while this is all going on, and then she just sees the commotion and she's like, fuck this shit.
Alright, so you guys head out. You head out.
Inventory is the leftover stuff what I'm going to be putting on?
No,
Really?
so
No.
we'll deal with that later. Just for now,
Yeah.
don't add
Okay.
anything to your sheet.
Okay.
So you guys head out of
Yeah.
town with this orc.
Yeah,
Where's the orc
within
following again,
non-hearing
really?
distance from the...
He's just gonna kind of walk with the group.
No,
He's closing on time.
Who was the orc following originally again?
Sif.
Oh,
What is your
Sif.
role in bed there?
I was just making the same joke.
Anyways.
Yeah, so he's
Yeah, so we're going to be like out of hearing distance from the town guard, by the way, who are like guarding the gates.
Yeah, well, he's gonna go further than that. He's gonna walk straight into the woods, a good distance, for like 10
Just
minutes.
follow
Okay,
him.
going to the woods.
Yeah, like we're going for a bit of a hoof here before we're.
And now that that's happened, he's gonna kind of look around.
I see what you did there.
Oh wait, what about Luke?
Luke's just
Luke's
following
coming.
you guys.
Yeah, he's my buddy.
Okay, I was just worried we left him at the village.
No, Luke was not going to willingly stay at the village by himself.
Okay, good.
He doesn't
Understandable.
like the orcs, and the orcs don't like him.
Debatable.
Well, maybe we can fix that.
Anyway, so once the orcs convince you're safely out of earshot, he says, "Okay, now we can talk."
We've been able to talk the whole time, man. Ain't you a mute?
Okay,
I think he
so
was more
first
concerned
question is,
about other
what do you
ears
mean?
listening in.
But there's lots of ears here too, man. What's the problem?
He's just
It's-
paranoid.
It's about quality, not quantity.
okay, so
Are there trees? Are there trees around?
Oh yeah,
There's lots of trees around.
Going up
Lots
to the
of ears.
trees. Shh. Keep a secret, right? You gotta keep a secret.
And the trees are like, yeah, we got this. We'll keep
Alright,
it secret.
I know
Okay,
down
Rocket,
that
you've been trying to get a word in. What's on your mind? Rocket?
What's your name? And what was it that you were wanting to talk to us about?
And like he's still
Okay, so there's the same questions I had.
Yeah, so he's looking around and
Pretty
he
much.
says, I am called Mazorn. And
Spell
then
that,
he
please.
says, and I will. And then he says, the strat, and then he says, and he stops himself and he says, the deranged. And he says that unhappily.
Does he do?
So, do you
Ah,
call
I see.
yourself that, or
He says, no, everyone calls me that.
Oh, you seem pretty cogent for someone called the Deranged.
He says, well, they call me that because I'm what they refer to as, everyone refers to as a deranged one. And he says, and I suspect you will be called that too if you're not careful.
So, what do you mean?
Oh, so you know we're inside of a giant dragon.
He says, what? I don't know what you're talking about with that. He says, but clearly you're not from around here. He says, you didn't know about the way to the expense of fertility or about the expense of heraldry, so you must be from somewhere else too.
Do I believe
Are
he
you
doesn't
from
know what I'm
somewhere
talking
else?
about, or does he just not know? Does he know that things just
He genuinely
disappear,
had no idea.
or
He had no idea about the dragon, and he's going to go on and he's going to say, my people and I, we're not from here. We're from a different world entirely. He says our fortress or village, fortress, whatever. It was a fortress, not a village. We were and this forest. We're from somewhere else, but not here. Not with these giant horses or these.
where are you originally from?
Strange crack in the sky. He said, I don't know, the world, you know. But it wasn't like this. And he says, and no one else remembers. And they don't remember that
Do you remember
we weren't a
the
village,
name
we
of
were
the
a
world?
fortress. And he said, the world?
I don't think you typically name yourself other than home, typically. So, how about this? How long ago did you start to notice the weird things happening?
He says, what? He says, a year ago, all of a sudden we were here. And he says, and no one else remembers our world or their families or the truth or that our chief isn't a chief. He was our king of a whole country, not a chief of a little village.
What's your country called?
Fortress. And he says, well, the country was called Dragon Hunt.
Okay.
Or Luthion's just gonna interpose on this. He's like, wait, your world was consumed?
He says, I had no idea what you're talking about consumed. Or he says,
Do I know any of
we were
the
in a
place that was
war.
called Dragon Hunt for this?
No.
No?
And he says,
Ring any bells? Okay.
we've been fighting, we were fighting our ancient enemy, the Red Dragons. This fortress guarded our most important location in the forest for reviving our dead soldiers. And all of a sudden we were here. And no one else remembers it. The king doesn't remember that he was a king. He thinks his weapon is the weapon of the founding chief. Our whole history's been forgotten. And everyone else thinks I'm crazy.
How'd you know he was a king? Oh, sorry. Nathalie raises her hand.
Little bitch.
And he says, well, he was the king. He was our greatest warrior and leader. He led us.
Probably wasn't covered in shit.
But did he, have a really fancy hat, or a sword that talked, or, a special chair?
He says it was his axe, made from...
Made from what?
Sorry,
you cut out.
And I was the chief strategist of our kingdom.
You cut out that
chief
made
strategist.
Yeah.
Along with the king, we led our troops to fight and hold back the Red Dragons, reclaim most of our world that had been lost to them.
Looney, you cut out when you said axe is made from...
Oh, I think he's just cutting out. He can't hear us.
Looney!
Looney, can you hear us?
No, he can't.
It's awful.
He died.
Oh, Looney is...
Oh boy.
Looney King.
Looney!
Oh, I clearly cut out, didn't I?
Yes.
For a long time. For a while.
You cut out and made from, and we kept telling you, but you kept going.
Yeah,
And you-
last thing I heard was strategist.
Okay.
I heard.
Lovely. Thanks for that.
Okay,
Who's
it
the
was
chief
made
axeman?
from, and then you cut out, and then you just kept going, and you just kept cutting out every now and then.
I did not hear a
And we
single
kept telling you, but you couldn't hear us for
No,
some
I
reason.
realized at one point that I had cut out when no one said anything, and I was like, what?
Alright, so what was the chief
You were
axeman from?
saying things, you just couldn't hear us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's the axe made from?
A red dragon that the king killed by himself.
Does he still have it?
Yeah, it's the very axe that the guards were telling Sif is inside that fortress, that they attributed to being the weapon of their founding chief.
So, like,
Technically,
You think
they're
maybe
not
if-
wrong.
do you think
I
maybe
mean-
if he picked it up and played with it, that he'd remember who he was? I always remember things when I find stuff. That's what a souvenir is.
Well, it's
I do believe in the power of stuff.
Mazoran said,
Right?
I was going to ask you to convince the chief to take his weapon up. It's considered sacred amongst our people, and no one's allowed to touch it. It's guarded
I
all
don't
the
remember
time.
what we did last night.
The king wanders around aimlessly. I feel like he'd remember if he just picked up his axe.
We can try to get him to hold it.
Isn't that the guy we met, like, on the way here, man?
Yeah, that's him. Ironhoof raises his hand.
Who here is really good at reading people? Because, so either this guy is telling us a really profound and frightening truth about the nature of this world, or he's completely bonkers.
Yeah, I'd like to know
No
if
offense.
he's lying to me.
Insights?
I mean, didn't Ironhoof say that he's surprised that he couldn't remember this other one person that just disappeared? That was super important to his life?
I don't believe.
I mean, I don't
Which is whether
I
you
don't
believe
think
him or
it's a
not.
coincidence. I mean, it happens
It
once,
could be.
that's that, but twice is kind of a pattern starting to.
It could be a lot of
Looney.
coincidences. He's the other remembers.
I didn't need an insight roll because he's not lying, and you could tell he's not lying.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay, it was more a question of, is he bonkers?
I mean, he told you that everyone else calls him a deranged one, and that they call him Mazorn the Deranged.
But he is the first person
he's
to recognize that we are somewhere other than where we were.
And what I can say is that he certainly believes everything he's saying. You can tell that.
Hey, Ironhoof, didn't you say that you can't believe, like, that letter that you found in the house said that you were of a different name and then you didn't remember any of that?
He nods.
Yeah, how do we pronounce that name, by the way?
Shows you the letter.
Okay, yeah, but that doesn't give me pronunciation guide.
Can you spell it?
Shrugs.
Timeless?
Timeless.
Coming to the U.S.
Timeless.
Finally.
Timeless.
Timeless. I want to write it down there because we have the letter. We can always go back to it.
I mean, yeah, I have it in my
How long
notes.
ago
I'm just.
you last saw this family?
Every time
at all?
Looney. Oh, sorry, Looney. When did I last see them?
About a year ago. A little over a year ago when they left. Or when you left them to go explore on your own.
And then around that
okay.
time, orcs showed up.
We'll do the horse language thing with Nathalie. Say what he remembers as a year. We'll say
one turning of the seasons.
Yes.
Yeah. And speaking of the orcs appearing and not appearing, Daraka, this whole conversation is making you remember and realize something.
Oh shit.
You remember these orcs not being there either. In fact, the forest that you actually grew up in isn't even there anymore at all.
wonder how many people just died when that happened.
It's my home.
And you somehow forgot it existed. And about a year ago, all of a sudden, the forest was different, and these orcs were there, and yeah.
Oh, this is starting to paint a picture. I don't like it.
Why would you like it? Any picture.
It's a demon there.
Painting a picture of a very mutable reality here.
Painting a picture, does that mean you found paper?
Natalie?
Hey,
Natalie,
if we get back to where
remember the conversation we had about metaphors?
Hey, if we go back to that plane of like bees and stuff, we might be able to get those flowers for making paper, like they said they could.
Yeah, but that's a later problem.
The
real problem is the fact that that reality is not as it seems.
Ironhoof raises his hand.
Yep.
Okay, doing the whole horse language thing with Nathalie. What's a dragon, and what do you mean we're inside a dragon?
Okay, I think it's cards on the table time, everyone.
Would be a necessary tool.
You don't got any cards? What are you talking
position
about?
later.
We are inside, for lack of a better word, a giant world-eating dragon. This dragon has a tendency of consuming entire world.
That is impossible. And we were
He's like one hungry beast, man.
Natalie starts drawing a dragon in the ground with a stick, but the dragon has a really angry face.
By the way, Jim, we're hearing an echo coming from you, I think.
Yeah, as Kopaka says that, Luthien would look at Kopaka's character directly in the eyes and say, "Makes sense or not, that is what happens. This dragon eats entire worlds, and we've been sent to put a stop to this."
And I'm guessing they end up here.
If they do...
Was I not born in this world?
Maybe? Maybe not?
Where is my true world?
Maybe
somewhere in the lower intestine?
Probably.
This is
So if we're in the lower intestine, are we confident that going to that other city is going to be heading in what I'm going to call the right direction?
It's the direction that gets us to something a little more robust in terms of purchasing ability.
I mean, alright, I'll take it.
Mazoran interrupts.
We should definitely finish off the other things first.
So, Mazoran's going to interrupt you and say, "You should be careful about talking about any of this openly."
Oh, great. Great,
Yeah,
we're spies now.
I had a feeling.
Those who talk about things like what we just discussed are called deranged ones by the people of the world.
Okay.
This world, he gestures, and he puts air quotes, he says, or dragon.
Is there any place that's known anywhere, a common place where people are known to just come from? Everybody knows an uncle or someone from a certain town or city?
He says, what? He says, look, I don't know a lot about much of this world I'm in now. I barely know about the one other place connected to us.
Do you think you can probably bring us there?
He says, I've never been there. And he says, and I'm far too old to make that journey now.
Okay. So...
Listen, man. Age is just a state of mind.
Oh my god.
Says, yeah, well,
Also a state of your joints, but...
He says, well, I'm 70 and by far the oldest person we're in my village. Again, he puts air quotes when he says village. He says, oh yeah. Oh, he says, most orcs don't live as old as I do. I'm weird. I'm old. Very, very old.
So why do you think you can recognize that things are not right and others don't? What makes you... what gives you the ability to do so?
Who knows? I kind of wish I didn't, to be honest, because I remember my wife and children and grandchildren, and no one else does. And they're gone, and I'll never see them again.
Jamie, we're hearing an echo from your end.
Still? Hold on.
Do you have headphones on, Jamie?
No, I don't.
Can you grab some headphones?
I can't find them at the moment.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I think, Jamie, what you'll have to do is just keep yourself muted unless you're talking.
Yeah.
But remember to unmute yourself when you do want to talk so that we actually hear you.
Let me see something.
Anyway, so Mazorn says, and be careful what you talk, because not only will you be considered a deranged one, and people will look down on you and avoid you. You could invoke the wrath of the stupid, crazy church and cause an inquisition.
Inquisition, look out, send the Inquisition once again.
Which church you talking about? Since we're new here.
He says, well, if it wasn't going to be long before you heard about him, the Church of the One Truth. They claim to know the future and that every decision's already predetermined and the future is predetermined, and they go after deranged ones as heretics.
Okay, so anyone who knows the truth is a threat to their supremacy, etc., etc. Got it.
I can see the future.
Nay, translation, that's stupid. Also, what's a church?
We need to teach you a language we could all speak.
I don't have.
We're gonna have some lessons at some point.
You have
right
hands,
now.
right?
I put out my hands.
Okay, I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna teach you how to talk with your hands.
He looks at Ironhoof looks at his hands and he does like one of those
sock puppet,
puppet hand thing like that. You know what he's like? He says a sock puppet, but he doesn't. I don't know how to. You know what I mean?
As communicative as that blabbering was, not helpful. Okay, so yeah, Mazorn's gonna say, so be careful what you say, and he's basically gonna get down on his knees and say, I beg you, please make the king take up his axe. I don't care how you do it.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, but first we gotta do some other things.
I have an idea. But where the hell are we going to get a dragon?
Question. Athlete raises her hand. If we steal it and say that the only person that can come get it is him, doesn't that mean he has to take it?
I feel like that's a bad way to treat our hosts right now.
That, and there's about 1,000 of them. And like, what, 10 of us? I mean, it's not great odds.
Hey,
nope.
Hey,
the only way that this works is if it works.
Crazy idea. But what if we got the Aaron
crazier
Cochran
than
to help us to... What if we went to that other place and we got all the Aaron Cochran to pretend to be a dragon and then swoop down just overhead?
What Aarakocra?
That's
they
like
mentioned
a
that
7-day journey?
They said that the next town over had a bunch of Aarakocra and they were from the sky. So...
Yeah, 7-day journey.
That is a very far journey.
Just to east, right? Do we gotta go that way right now? I don't think so, right?
No,
West.
but I think we also... She's just gonna not say anything.
We gotta what?
Look,
I mean, we don't have to do it right now, right? We can do that just whenever we get there.
we'll figure something out. Right now, we now have more information about where we are, what's going on, and perhaps how to avoid some trouble. And I do like avoiding trouble. I mean, I like causing some trouble, but I like avoiding the trouble that's...
Ooh, trouble. I like starting trouble, too.
Yeah, well, still, we should definitely try to avoid trouble we don't want.
On the next page.
How about we deal with this... Let's go deal with, let's get a good night's sleep.
And let's get back to town, and when we're in town, we don't discuss about this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at the end of the day, one of the jobs we got from Rin was to go kill the owlbear that's, guarding this axe, no?
Yeah.
Well, it's not guarding the axe, he's guarding the place of resurrection.
Yeah, in the forest, which is to the...
North. And Luthien would highlight that perhaps we might be able to get access to this rebirth, because if someone were to die, it'd be nice to have a place to bring the body back.
Well... Don't take anything for granted in this world. I think, I think we've just found out just how fucked up shit can get.
Well, the orcs did say they're waiting on somebody to clear it out so that they can resurrect some of their kin. So, if we're looking to get the orcs on our side, perhaps that will help us.
Okay, let's go with that. And then also there's those missing children. I feel like I can't leave this place just leaving a bunch of kids missing and not doing anything about it. It just seems wrong.
For once, you and I agree, Sif.
Oh, now you agree.
She sticks her tongue out.
Where was that when you wanted to commit theft?
It wasn't clear to me that those were belonging to someone at the time. Besides, they're pretty. And I like pretty things.
Oh, you're going to be such a headache for me. Okay, back to town, everybody.
She just sticks her tongue out at you.
Ironhoof raised his hand.
Yep.
Yes.
Just the horse translation thing. How are we going to... what do we do with... Points to the guy when we get back into town.
Yeah. Actually, before we go back into town...
well, that I have an idea for.
Looney? I pinged you in the loot chat. I think now might be a good time to bring it up, because I more or less said, Luthien would have been finalizing a trade, and then this shit happened.
Nathalie is fist bumping the trees and thanking them for being cool.
They are good trees.
Oh, they're the orcs. I mean, if you can try to go back to Rin, but she doesn't actually want to take any of that stuff off of you.
I had a feeling. Okay, that's all, because I was like, oh, by the way, while you were gone, I got us backpacks.
Yeah.
Backpacks
I
are
was
good.
expecting you to say that you got...
But I have an idea for how to deal with,
Okay.
Mazorn.
So all of that excess stuff is we're going to have, basically there's I think the easiest way to manage this is you have one bucket of stuff we want to trade and one bucket of stuff we're keeping for future use.
I will give that a look at some point after.
Yeah, we're not going to do that now.
Yeah.
Oh. Alright, so Mazorn tells you that he'll head back to town later himself, because you shouldn't be seen together.
Oh, no, I have a much better idea.
He does say he kind of already wrecked it because you grabbed me in public like that.
Yeah, but see, if we drag you back into town and then smack you around and call you a crazy kook, they won't think we're crazy kooks. It's a perfect plan.
He gives you a blank expression and says, lovely. Well, they can't already
That's a
think
yes.
of me crazy than they already do.
Don't worry, we'll pull our punches.
He says,
I thought the whole point was to throw them, not pull them.
He says, well, you don't have to pull them that much. He says, I might be old and somewhat frail for my species, but I'm still an orc.
Yeah, to be perfectly honest, most of us are pretty noodle-armed anyways.
Ironhoof looks at his arms.
Okay, not you. You're somewhere between an Adonis and a stallion. It's the whole thing. Horse girls
He's
love
not
you.
between a stallion. He is a stallion, man. Look at him.
Yeah,
Yeah. Horse girls are gonna love him. I get it.
Iron Hoof has no idea what noodles are.
Exactly. That's how I was like when he said noodle arms. I just look at his arms. I'm like, huh? Noodle arms? What's noodles?
Oh, we are going to introduce you to so many wonders. Provided they exist
He does
here.
puff up his
If
chest.
they don't, we'll have to make them ourselves.
Okay. But he does puff up his chest of pride when he's called Stallion. Okay, we should head back to town. Sorry.
But yeah. So when we come back into town, we're gonna put on a little show of making everyone think that we think that Mezorn is in fact deranged.
Nathalie looks very sad and refuses to participate in beating up an old man, even if it's just for show. I won't stop it. I understand it. But I'm not participating in it.
Luthien is not either. She has her mind elsewhere.
Yeah.
Was violence really necessary? Can't we just
I guess
drag
the only
him
one who's
kicking and
doing it is going to be
screaming?
Sif then.
Like,
Oh no,
what-
the
like a
violence
wrestling
is
show.
more of a... Look. People might think we're overreacting, and that's fine. The more they think we're overreacting, the less they're likely to try to take it out on him.
Oh, what if we took some berry juice and some dirt, and we covered his eye and made it look like we gave him a black eye? I really know what black eyes look like. And then we make it look like we've roughed him up a bit, and then China just like, toss him in the street, Jazzy Jeff style.
Ooh, I actually like it.
I mean, if I had a makeup kit, I could do wonders, but...
Yeah! I much prefer a makeup date than a pretending to beat up an old man.
I mean, we're still pretending to beat up an old man. We're just...
Yeah.
I mean, back in
We're
our
just
we're
having
just
a
like-
makeover!
Wasn't
Yeah,
there
where
that
he looks
Dragonborn
like
colony
that.
that had that pretend fighting thing? They called it wrestling, I think it was.
Makeover. Makeover.
You know what, let's... Okay, fine. We'll make Nathalie happy and give him a makeover. A very beat-up makeover.
I'll find some berries then.
I'll just pull out some of the grass and the dirt and just rub him on his face.
No, I'm going to find the berries that she wants.
Alright, I'll just rub it on his body except on his face. Is that the
I'm such a spoiled grandchild.
Yes, you are.
All right then. You go out of your way to make it look like you beat up an old man.
Sentences I never thought I would hear.
Every now and then you gotta ask.
Oh, this is not gonna help our social status, huh?
If I had a piece
I
of
don't
paper,
think
there'd be
that
a
they
kick
would
in
I
the
mean, we're not
spine.
really beating up the elderly.
Pretty sure the whole reason we're doing this is to keep our social status.
Yep.
We don't know
Anyway,
how they're
you
gonna
bring
feel
him back.
about it, but we'll see.
Yeah, you bring him back to town and toss him in the street, and he kind of scurries off.
We're the good guys.
Don't say that out loud.
I mean, that guy is considered the coot of this place. I don't think they would really care.
He's
But yeah,
not
we
nearly
are
as
going to
bad,
say
though.
something very loudly about stop spreading your nonsense, crazy fool.
Oh, tell him not to spy on you too,
Yeah,
because he was spying on you.
we're not going to worry about that.
Okay.
You definitely get attention, but then the orcs kind of just go about doing their own things again.
Mhm.
And like you hear one of the orcs be like, "Outsiders." Like they're weird. They're outsiders. They're like that.
Yep. Chalk it up to us being ignorant outsiders.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, we are, but not that kind of ignorant. Anyways, who wants to go to bed? Been a day.
Luthien would see if she couldn't find any scouts and maybe ask around, like, what's near here, any important landmarks.
There are no scouts. They're all out in the Forest of Fertility right now.
They are scouting.
Mm-hmm.
Doing their job.
Correct. You are informed if you ask around for them that most of the scouts are dead right now, so the few they have are very overworked.
Oh my god.
I feel like we should deal with that over then.
Just have it
So,
probably the
Alright,
Owlbear.
next day Owlbear, right?
Yeah,
Is it Luke's fault? Is it Luke's fault that they're low on scouts?
They mentioned between the owlbear and they point to Luke the horse. They say between those two things, most of our scouts are dead.
All right, we'll take care of that owlbear. We'll get your people alive.
Yeah, that's tomorrow's problem. We're going to bed.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would have thought that it would have been the chieftain's job to make sure his people are protected.
As he mouths out, Luthien just steps on his foot. Luthien just steps on his foot.
Wait, aren't you like on top of me right now? Or did you get off of me when we got off?
No, he would have still been like riding on the back of.
Okay, then
Hey,
elbow
you
to your
two,
elbow.
keep your minds in the game, please.
Yeah.
We shut up! It's not like that.
All right,
Hey,
put down your foot there.
We
Elbow
will
to
ride
your
on our
elbow.
men.
Yeah, I'm not gonna judge you. You guys can have whatever relationship with the characters you want. I am not judging.
Dude, I don't even think Arnhoof knows what being gay means.
It's not being gay. They're teasing us because we're a couple above table.
Okay.
Wow.
Let's figure it out.
But yeah, no. Subtle as a brick.
Okay. So if we're just gonna call it a night there, how does that work for rations? Because I know that Grandpa said he's gonna hunt for berries, which presumably counts as him foraging for food. And there's that whole wait, how's that work with the whole Outlander background?
So you actually have to be in an environment where you could get food. In town, that's not gonna work for you, and you'll need to eat rations or buy food.
Okay, so with respect to even when so we literally just gathered enough berries to just do the job. We didn't gather anything else.
No.
Yeah.
And how long does it take to quote unquote gather food outside town?
That I'm including that in your rest. A rest requires 8 hours, 6 hours must be sleeping, 2 hours must be light activity, which I'm allowing with those with Outlander to count that as foraging.
So would the characters who have Outlander be interested in foraging, as sun was setting, or because I think we arrived in town around 5 o'clock.
Resting in town is a different story. You're gonna need to just use your rations or buy food.
Okay, so we have 17 spare rations, and one ration is a full
I have
day.
10 rations.
No, we're talking.
Question,
This is the excess.
For the loop. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So because one ration does 3 meals, do I just subtract 3 off of that? Because 10 odd people, you split one ration 3 ways.
Yeah. So one ration is good for one person for a day, basically.
Yeah.
So
We didn't actually. We just had a whole day. Have we only gone through our rations once? Did we have lunch somewhere?
No, I don't believe.
No, we still have our rations.
Well, that's one thing I know. I know that in the prior session.
You guys used Soraka's rations in the previous session.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then when we fought the horse, you said that those that had rations would have used rations on the rest of the party. So did people knock off rations on their sheet?
I took Soraka had 10 rations on his sheet, which I took off.
Okay, so that's okay. So and then basically we just eat 10 rations as a group then, right? Yeah. Or is it 11?
It should be 11. I let it slide the first time with.
Okay, so in terms of from the Dungeoneers packs, we have 6 leftover rations. Just gonna keep it like that. Nobody else has to worry about touching their inventory except for Ravik.
Hey,
that for me?
We're back in town.
Yes.
What time is it right now?
There's no time for anything
Should I
else now
just-
in the day. You guys technically already.
Yeah, it's evening right now.
There's
All
no
right.
time for anything
And
else.
then if Kopaka, you want to add a hammer and a crowbar to your inventory.
May I make a request for on the way to town, out of the forest?
All right. What's your request?
So, you know how I've made a big deal about this mask?
Yeah, you did make a.
What I didn't think of, I have made a rather big deal about it because I get it with my subclass, which doesn't happen till I get my subclass.
Oh yeah, so you wouldn't have the mask. Yeah, that's right.
No. Thinking about this, I'm gonna have it happen in character. So, I would like to ask the trees, since I've been talking to them, who is the strongest, most interesting tree that they have, and I would like to ask permission to take a chunk out of it to start working on my mask.
Oh, they tell you by far the oldest tree in the forest is part of the Grove of Death and Rebirth. It's big. Big.
So we'd have to go there.
I mean,
when
you
we
could
go
use
fight
other
the
Is it on the way?
I mean, that's where the owlbear
It is where we're going tomorrow.
Okay. Alright. Well then. I will keep that
Unless
in
you
mind.
want to find this. Okay.
I mean, the average tree is about 5 to 6 feet in diameter. So, these are big trees, but, there's a very, very big tree in the Grove of Death and Rebirth.
Want it to be special. Anyways, we go to bed.
Yeah.
Alright, so Lily.
Sorry, okay, wait.
Can
Alright, just
can we post up a RP moment here for whoever's?
You already did this RP. This is the RP that you had at the end of last session.
Okay.
That's already come and gone. There's no back.
Yeah, if there's going to be RP moments, Looney will let us know, right?
Okay.
Yeah, correct.
All right.
Okay, so Lily.
Yes.
Did the town have a garden in it?
No, actually.
Nice.
Very
Nice bet.
austere place.
I mean, you did just learn that this was actually a military fortress designed to hold back an army of red dragons. This is not actually a village.
What are you having in mind, Court?
I was gonna go look for things.
I collected all of those plant samples on the trip to go get the horse. Why don't we get up early in the morning and make a community garden?
Okay.
I mean, I'll be up already because I'm an elf.
I love it. Can I put potatoes in your garden?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't think we found any potatoes.
Oh, don't
Or
worry.
seeds.
Don't worry. He's got a potato somewhere. Where he got that potato
We arrived naked. Where did you get a potato?
You know what? You probably
They don't call me russet for nothing.
Yeah, you don't want to know where he had that
You
potato.
do not want to know where he got the potato.
I guess it's
So,
pretty
yeah.
fertilized.
For my monk exercises in the morning, I'll be digging a garden, and then my druid grandpa can make sure that anything that I plant grows, and then we'll
Yeah,
start a
I'll-
community garden.
Make the soil all fertile.
Alright, so you guys have your rest, and you wake up in the morning. And there's already a commotion going on.
Oh?
Oh, what's going on?
Let's investigate.
What's happening?
Oh no.
We can put the longest button real quick.
Yeah,
We were just sort of like sleeping in Rin's basement or something, right?
Yes, and so in the center of town, there's a whole bunch of orcs gathered because the remaining 3 children that are in town have also disappeared.
Oh shit.
The 7 children have disappeared.
Yep.
Oh, So all of the town's children are now gone.
Yep.
I don't suppose we
Question.
saw anything
Oh, no.
when we were digging the garden.
While we were sleeping or getting up early, with my passive perception, would I have heard anything outside?
Nope.
Or no?
Not
Okay.
until this commotion started, which is just
Okay.
I mean, I'm assuming they're not doing nothing.
no. So you can see a lot of the orcs are gathered around, and you can see Regak is trying to gather search parties to look for the children. There's concerned parents. Even Rin's actually outside of her shop or workshop. She's there too.
I feel like we might be segueing to another mission.
The owlbear might have to wait.
Heads down and keep walking.
What has to do with the owlbear?
Somehow I don't think the two are connected.
No?
Pretty sure
No,
owlbears
you
are
don't think-
notorious for stealing children.
Above table, the only creature I know
Are they?
is hags, but
Hags are notorious for doing it. Owlbears? I mean, it depends, because they're a monstrosity, right? Or something along those lines?
They are a monstrosity.
Yeah, monstrosity. There, stealing children. You've heard it. You heard it from her, not me.
I don't know about that.
Anyway, so yeah, Regak's gonna actually turn to your group as you approach, and he says, "Oh, this is town business. You guys really don't need to be involved in this."
And
Missing
yet,
children. It's everyone's business.
every seed needs time to grow.
And he says, "I appreciate that. I do, and I'm thankful that you feel that way. But it would actually be more helpful right now is if you could deal with the owlbear."
If you're sure, but sometimes a fresh perspective can yield interesting results.
And he says,
Yeah, but it's a lot easier to look with the concept of immortality in your back pocket.
He says, "I'm concerned about the safety of the children and that we may need the grove."
You want to borrow the horse?
And he says, "I'd appreciate it if you took the horse with you.
Okay.
Or send it home. As long as it's not in the village."
Can I think of anything with like steal children?
No, actually.
No.
Ooh. Well, the obvious comes to mind, right?
Yeah, like
big
the
one that comes
obvious.
to mind is hags. That's the
Yeah.
but outside of hags, you can't think of anything.
Nobody's blaming the two-headed evil horse?
No.
He's not evil. He's
because no,
slightly aggravated.
These children disappeared
He's
from their beds in the
misunderstood.
middle of the night. This was not the horse. The giant two-headed horse didn't sneak into their houses. Go.
You think it could have been a hag?
Oh, we know that, but he was their enemy like 48 hours ago.
Even the orcs are smart enough to know that the horses had nothing to do with the children disappearing from their beds. It was happening before Luke showed up in town. It happened again. Luke has nothing to do with it. Them not liking Luke has nothing to do with the missing children.
Wow, sensible orcs.
Well, in this regard, anyway.
Did they think it could have been a hag?
They've never even heard of hags.
Okay. Can I try to explain to them what a hag is?
Yeah, you can absolutely try to explain to them what a hag is.
I hope this doesn't make you deranged.
Huh?
Doesn't have anything to do about dragons.
Let me recall information of a hag.
What I can say is that Regak tells you, as far as he knows, there's nothing like anything like that around here.
Alright, just keep an eye out. They can be tricky.
Above table, it'd be really fucked up.
What?
Because hags like create illusions so that they can't be caught. So they'll like impersonate people, or they'll illusionary their camps so that they look like something else. So like they take over a person, like say the chieftain that can come and go as he pleases to a secret place, probably in the woods outside of town.
is Nathalie that suspicious of a person?
Hells no. Hells no. This is above table. This is me talking.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't know if Natalie even knows what a hag is.
Probably not. They're not a direct
would-
enemy of either of
would
the gods I
Rocket have-
worship, so.
Would Rocket know what a hag is?
I'm not bothering.
I don't think
damn
so.
well don't know what the heck is.
Okay.
Would Santa?
With who?
Morgan.
I
right.
would let you make a roll to potentially know what it is. You can roll history. If you roll high enough, you've heard of them. Based
History?
on your backstory, yeah. You might know what a hag is. Maybe.
I mean, doesn't everybody know that a hag is a hideous woman that kidnaps children? Like,
Yeah, but
isn't
everything-
it like
An old woman considered quite more scary,
Well,
yeah.
you say
How much
everyone,
I want to bet my roll's gonna be shit?
What I can tell you is that Zaraka and Ironhoof definitely don't know that.
Damn!
And neither does
Neither
Boris.
does Phantom.
No,
So
they're
close.
both
Well,
on things.
Can I make a history check?
Yeah,
Oh,
make a
wow.
check.
Tis bullshit.
Moving on to the owlbear.
Wow.
You know,
Wow!
I'm gonna,
the owl bear is a hag.
Clearly.
I really,
Yeah,
I
we-
really hate his brother.
there you go.
Speaking of the owlbear, let's go to it.
Oh, they want us
You
to
really
kill the
wanna fight
owlbear?
the
Let's go
owlbear,
kill
huh?
the owlbear. Then
Yeah, so
hopefully...
Ragat tells you he's worried that even if you do help find the children, some of them have been missing for a while. They probably are going to need the grove. That's his logic, and right now that's off limits. They also don't have any of their hunters right now, so for the overall
fair.
need of the village, the owl bear is a much bigger threat.
Yeah, we should probably deal with the owlbear then. I mean,
Alright, let's get going then. Pony up.
Anybody speak owlbear?
Really? Pony up?
Yes.
The horse puns are gonna kill us.
So, Ragat tells you that to talk to Rin about rewards, but he does tell Rin that to offer them from the village supply.
Okay. So
Out of
we
curiosity.
just have to head to the Force of Fertility.
Fuck, I forgot.
Just doing a little roundabout of the fortress.
I forgot the cat.
Do we see evidence of something else that isn't, like, footprints of something that isn't orc, for example, leaving into the woods?
No, not at all.
So there's
So
no
it's
physical
like they
evidence at all.
disappeared.
No.
Or they flew.
Yeah, there's
If
no
I
footprints right
flap above the town, is there anything like weird looking on like rooftops?
No.
It's like they disappeared out of thin air.
Wish I
Nay.
Yeah, I think we're dealing with something that flies.
Anyway, so yeah, so Rin will take you back into her blacksmithy and basically say, all right, let's negotiate the reward for the owlbear.
What do you have?
All right.
And she says, well, based on what you've talked about before, I don't have a lot of what you're looking for, because we just don't have things like that. Don't have any jewelers, kits, or stuff like that. Or anything else for crafting or making tools or objects. But what I can offer you is some either materials that are made from things we've killed, or I can potentially offer you more weapons. And she says, conversely, I could give you basic, other basic equipment, food, rope, that kind of stuff.
Ooh, question!
Ooh.
Natalie raises her hand.
Luthien
Are you
smiles.
wanting paper?
No. How about a cart?
We could use a cart, yeah. But do we need a cart where we have to climb that fucking that cliff?
Even if it's Even if it's just a two-wheeled cart, that's relieving things off of our backs that we don't have to carry in between towns.
Like a wheelbarrow would be useful at this stage of
Barrel or a cart that Luke could pull.
And she says, well, we don't really use carts and wagons and that kind of thing, she says, but I can attempt to make you something.
Just be two round things in a bucket.
It's even better. It's homemade with love.
She says, I cannot guarantee it's going to be high quality. This is not something...
Nathalie's eyes are just twinkling. It'll be perfect. I know it.
Talking about making a part. You're about to go to sleep. I know you're tired.
Oh, God help me.
Luthien would ask how this... Luthien would ask how the Resurrection Grove works.
And Rin's gonna say, well, that's a tribal secret, which we may share with you if you help us out on it.
If we're going to be sacrificing life and limb, I think it would be appreciated if we could, upon success, have future use of this grove if we so need it.
She says, you know what? You succeed and make it back alive with the owlbear's head as proof that you killed it. Yeah, I will tell you about how it works.
And you absolutely want the head this time?
She says yes.
Okay.
I'm making sure that you do the job the way we want you to do it.
Come on, my idea was great.
Hey, Luke is great.
She says, agree to disagree, but that's besides the point.
I do have a couple of ideas for things. Oh, sorry.
Think about it. You can keep your forge warm.
I do have a couple of ideas for things we could ask for above table.
Well, so at this point, you've negotiated to kill the owlbear for the cart that she's going to try to build.
A wagon.
And,
Yeah. And then can we get anything else?
She says, not for this job. She says, I'm going to have to work the entire time you're gone and maybe then a few extra days to make you a cart.
Bringing back an owlbear head is going to be heavy.
Fair.
We just need his head.
I mean, we do have the pack horse.
Yeah, but like...
We just need
the
the head.
owlbear fur is really supple. And we don't exactly have the most harsh weather gear handy, do we?
Oh, and actually, Rin does say that they will potentially be willing to take any extra owlbear parts off of you if you harvest anything that's not.
See?
Like, you don't.
There we go.
Corpse.
More for trade.
Is Nathalie gonna be okay with this?
It's a monstrosity.
Monstrosities are different than animals. Although it's not my favorite, but I would like to use some of the owlbear feathers.
Nice quills.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's go Monster Hunter this thing.
Yep, let's go Monster Hunter this.
5:10. Oh, okay. The rice will be done by then. Okay. So I'm making fresh.
Rocket, you could be the adorable cat that follows along and makes fun meowing sounds while we do things.
You're being mentioned.
All right, so
sorry,
we go
he was
north.
sneezing a little bit. He's tired.
All right, so we go north. Onward.
I'm assuming we're going to forage along the way so we can supplement our food supply.
Yeah, I'm going to also help out with the foraging.
I'll just DM this to you.
I assume that was in reference to those with the Outlander background.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People who know the woods.
Yeah.
Because Sif is a city girl and she's getting real tired of all this trees.
Okay. All right, so
trees are great.
Also, if anyone's tired of walking, like Arnav can offer you a ride.
Yeah, I let it slide the first time, but going forward, riding the saddleless Ironhoof will require a check.
Yep.
Okay, never mind.
Yep, you need a saddle. Or someone to make you one.
Which, you get me the material, I can make you one.
I don't know what a saddle is.
It's like it. Okay, so you know how the rest of us have like these coats? Imagine one where our owlet
Do we even have coats? I thought we had no clothes except for the regular.
We had like light clothing or something.
That's
I don't think
I don't
light.
know what a coat is.
I don't think light
like,
includes
we have-
coats.
It
we
definitely
have
doesn't.
like basic
Oh.
clothing.
No, it does not.
Yeah, you don't have coats.
We have like basic clothing though right now, as part of our gear that they gave us, didn't they? Like shirts and stuff.
Basically, yeah, shirts and pants.
Yeah.
And maybe if you're lucky, I'll throw in basic footwear.
The point is, we don't have any coats.
You sure don't.
Yeah. Anyway.
Let's get this show on the road.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright, so you guys head north into the Forest of Fertility.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, as you get to the edge of the forest, I'm just going to read the description. So, the forest ahead of you is as dark as a moonless night, despite it being daytime. Air quotes daytime, you know. Trunks 6 feet thick disappear into the dense canopy far above. So these are very tall, thick trees. You can hear the sounds of insects and birds and other small animals echoing throughout the tree trunks, distorted and ominous sounding. The whole area smells of dirt and plants and rain. The air itself is thick with moisture, leaving you feeling kind of moist as you walk into the area. Everything's very humid.
So it's as dark as night, even though it's day.
Yep.
Hmm.
Not just dark as night. Dark as a moonless night. There
Dark
is
as
Alright, everybody,
moonless
stay
night?
together with me. I have night vision.
Please don't use light in front of me.
Lithium's about to cast light, but then she hears you and then opts to not do that.
That's okay. It looks like our cleric has us covered.
I have 120 feet of dark vision.
I'm not a
Please
huge
spare me.
fan of shadows. It's a little spooky in there. I'm a little dude. I'm just saying stuff's big here. I'm not gonna wander into dark. Sorry.
Do we want to
As dark as moonless
light up some
night?
torches?
No, he's got the light cantrip. He's good.
Hmm.
We're good.
Okay.
Lithium will get in on that as well if needed.
Okay, how does that work with the dark vision again? It's be 20 feet of light and then 100 feet of dark vision, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, as you guys head in there, you know the grove is to the north. Vaguely. They kind of gave you a general idea. North, slightly northwest. It's in the depths of the forest. They tell you you'll know it when you see the super huge tree and the pond.
How many of us have dark vision?
Certainly keeping an eye out for the tree.
Most.
Yeah, I know that Russet does not have dark vision, and
I do not.
That's right, you don't either.
Oh, really?
Furbolgs don't have
Yeah, I
dark
don't- I
vision.
don't
I
have-
just checked.
Damn.
Yeah. Centaurs don't have dark vision either, so.
There you go. Several of you do not have dark vision.
How many people look out, man?
Well, all your tieflings do.
Okay.
Your elves do, your alans do,
I have the farthest vision.
Oh, also, Rocket also doesn't have dark vision.
Nope.
Yeah, that's
Okay, so like a lot of people in the party don't have dark vision.
Yeah, about half the group doesn't have dark vision.
I have this much dark vision.
Yeah, you have a lot because you're an Owlin.
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep a lookout as we're going through.
All right.
Could you imagine if they didn't give Owlins dark vision?
Wow. That'd be an oversight.
It wouldn't be the weirdest thing they've done.
Yeah.
That would be such bullcrap.
Remember, aircrafters don't have hands.
Yeah. True. All right. Well. You guys.
Alright, so let's go over the forest again. It's dark, and what else is going on with the forest?
So everything is kind of moist and damp. Like it's almost like it's constantly raining inside.
I thought I couldn't hate forests more. Now it's damp.
Yep.
Natalie's bright
So
red
it's as
hair
dark as
gets all
moonless night.
from the humidity.
He said it was moist.
So it's dark as moonless night, and it's like perpetually raining, kinda.
Yeah.
Or at least perpetually misting us.
Yes, correct.
Oh god. We're being spritzed.
And echoing throughout the very large trees, you can hear the sounds of like insects and birds and other animals. But the sounds kind of are distorted slightly because of the way they bounce around the trees.
What are they saying?
Oh yeah, I guess you can understand. So you hear a bird talking about how it's about to get a good lunch to another bird, and one being like, "Oh, I don't like that type of insect."
There's some picky eaters in this forest.
Yeah, you hear them arguing about the best type of insect to eat and what they prefer. Like one of them prefers insects that burrow into trees, and one of them prefers ones that burrow in the ground, and like one of them prefers flying insects. Very picky birds.
Could be worse. Could be mating calls.
I mean, there's at least one bird that is basically doing that, and it's to be honest, to Nathalie, it sounds a little desperate.
Hey, baby, hey!
Son of a bitch.
Want to smash? I'm so sorry.
Let me smash.
Let me smash. Yeah, that's okay.
Everybody's getting smashed, and then we're going to smash.
You guys just hear Nathalie shout out to you have no idea what. You're coming on a little strong.
I know what they're saying. I understand animals too.
Of course, because you're Jew.
Yeah, you don't get a response to that. They just go quiet. You don't get any response. All right. So as you guys head into the forest, I'm gonna ask for someone to roll me a D10.
A D10.
Not it.
Okay, I do it. I roll the D10.
I feel like this is like extra response.
What's happening?
Don't worry about
it. The D10.
I'm sorry.
Roll
I'm also
D10,
watching the game.
As you're walking, you come across the corpse of an orc from Dragon Hunt Village.
Okay.
Looks like it's been mauled.
Okay, by what? Can we tell me what?
I mean, there's claw marks, there's beak marks.
Does it look like an owlbear?
Possibly.
Yes.
Possibly an owlbear.
Does somebody want to investigate the body?
I mean, I'll do it.
If you want to know more details of how he died, roll medicine. If you're just kind of investigating the body in general, roll investigation.
Can I assist? I have the +3 in medicine.
I'm investigating the body.
I think you're doing different things.
Damn.
You can roll medicine then. So, as you investigate the body, you find that they were looks like they were a hunter. Yeah, they were killed by an owlbear.
Not 20.
They were killed by an owlbear. That's Nathalie's determination.
Recently?
Not that recently. They've been there for a few days for sure. So, yeah. So the investigation of the body, they were definitely a hunter. They were fairly well equipped, and you can see they're now kind of a little past their prime, but you could see that they had a pouch filled with half a dozen rabbits that had been hunted. They are, again, they've been sitting there for a few days, so they're not great.
Didn't even eat the rabbits.
That's most going to be my question. With that medicine check, does it look like he was killed for sport or for food?
Well, he was not eaten. He looked like he was just killed and not eaten at all.
Do we think the owlbear has a cub?
That would make sense.
I will say you also find a shattered great axe, 3 functional hand axes, a broken longbow, and a quiver of 20 arrows on the orc.
Ooh. A broken longbow. How is it broken?
Does anyone have mending?
I have mending.
Snapped in half like a twig.
Hey,
I don't think we can
Give me that.
I don't think you can
I wanna try
mend the
something.
bow back together.
Give me those. I think I can put this back together.
The bow is beyond mending.
Ah.
So is the axe. Mending will not fix this. Is not.
So only the arrows and the
Hand axes are.
Are the rabbits salvageable for leather?
Nah, I don't
For
think
pelts?
so.
No.
Yeah.
That is
Okay.
they've been there for several days in the
Few days.
forest. Yeah.
Okay.
They are goopy.
Well, somebody wanted a pair of
I don't know if they're that goopy, but they're likely smelly.
What I can tell you
does
is they are
Zyraka want
filled
hand
with-
axes?
They are pretty goopy and filled with maggots. I
Might as
unfortunately
well take them.
So you can add 3 hand axes to your inventory.
Yeah, give the hand
All
axes.
right, who wants maggoty rabbit meat?
I'm gonna pass.
Ironhoof sniffs it. What does it smell like?
Gross.
Gross.
Probably dead rotting meat.
No. I just put my
No.
hand on his chest and just pull him back and just nod my head. No.
So what I can say, by the way, is
You
Daraka,
can't
you
really
are
nod your head no. You gotta shake it no.
So-
Because nodding means yes.
So I just want to point this out because I forgot to bring it up. Zaraka, you are pretty encumbered. You're not heavily encumbered, but you are well into the encumbered range.
Ah.
Might need to drop some stuff.
Oh, actually, hang on. Let me check this. Now that I think about it.
His weight, his strength plus times 10.
Yeah, he is. He's encumbered. Yep.
Okay.
So
I can carry a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so
Well,
I can't
so you
carry
could
the
potentially.
hand
Well, I put them on your sheet for now. You can ditch for part of your problem is that you are carrying around a hunting trap that weighs 25 pounds and a moose head trophy that's 20 pounds. So you got 45 pounds just between those two things.
So you're gonna have to like dump some stuff, or give it to someone else.
Or we eat it. We eat the moose.
The moose head is not
It's a
edible,
trophy.
dude.
It's taxidermy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, the moose head is when me and Zaraka became besties.
I mean, if it's a question of the hand axes put him over.
No, the hand axes don't put him over. He was well over already.
Okay.
Let me know when people are done with the body.
Yeah.
Wait.
I mean, I know rabbits have some carrying capacity, so that's one thing, but there's also a need for, like, maybe there's, I don't know if there's stuff Kopaka has on his sheet that he realistically
Let me
isn't
put it
going to
this
use.
way. Zaraka gets encumbered at 75 pounds and currently has 121.
Ooh!
Like I said, 45
Wow.
pounds of that are the trophy and the hunting trap, though, which are very heavy.
So, is he gonna have to like drop off both that stuff,
One, at least one.
or at least one?
Well, depends on, something Kopaka to manage his inventory.
So what should I take away?
Probably soon.
I mean, go through your inventory, see what you can do without. Start there.
I'll take away the staff. I don't need the staff.
Alright. You're still really encumbered.
Woo! Dungeons and inventory management.
Nathalie said she wanted to do something.
Yeah, what did you want to do with the body?
I would like to place the since I don't have time to dig a grave, I would love to place it near a large tree, or a young tree, but something with some roots that I can see exposed, and kind of like place him in it and start praying for him, and more like kind of like how a doctor brings comfort to a patient that they know isn't going to make it. Like, don't worry, your soul is going to be rejoined into the cycle, and now your body will now bring life to the tree, and it will continue on through nature, and you will be always one with the earth, and that kind of stuff.
Your spirit shall go back to Awa.
But is the plan not to bring him back
You
in
don't
like
supposedly
2 minutes?
resurrect their dead.
Yeah,
if we're gonna
like with the
resurrect
thing
them,
we're about
They
to do
resurrect
right now.
their dead?
That's why we're here to kill the owlbear, so we can get back to the thing that resurrects the dead orc, like this guy that's dead because there's an owlbear here.
Can he be? I guess he can. He's just rotting. He's not incomplete.
We don't know how they resurrect them, or if the body has to be completely intact. So,
Or how long they can be dead for.
How about we put him somewhere safe?
Where we can,
We just leave him right here.
Where we
just
can
leave him right
find
here.
him again later if we have to.
What if we just leave him right here?
He seems to have been unperturbed for a while.
I mean, I don't think we want to leave him right on the path.
I mean, we didn't really follow a path, though, did we?
Nope.
Grandpa, did you take gentle repose?
I don't think that's a... What level spell is that?
is that a level 3 spell?
No, I believe isn't it first level?
I thought it was a cantrip.
I thought it was first level. I thought it was a cantrip
Gentle
too, and I
Repose
thought it was a druid.
No, Gentle Repose isn't a. Hang on. Gentle Repose. It's not a cantrip.
Oh, it's second level, not first level. It's second.
Oh, okay.
Well, I can't even have it yet.
Oh, I think you're thinking of Spare the Dying.
Yes, that is what we're thinking of. Is Spare the Dying, and that stops you from rolling death saves, and that is a cantrip.
Right.
No,
I just wanted something that
Yeah, we're a little late for that
slower.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted the corpse to rot slower. That's all.
Okay.
So
We eat the corpse
We
where it
press on?
is, or we move it up a tree.
Yeah, I'll just lean it up against a trunk of a tree.
Yeah.
okay.
All right. And then
Excuse me.
I don't know if somebody who could see themselves using arrows in the future might want to take those arrows.
Maybe the
Have
rogue.
Eric- I mean, we have two characters that are dex based, and dex based occasionally use arrows. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Classic N64 commercials.
You saw it! I had to
I did see
share
it.
Yeah.
Imagine me
I know.
and you.
Jazz.
I do.
I was kind of hinting towards you. Or Crystal.
Jamie or Crystal.
What up?
Oh,
Yeah,
the
what?
arrows. Yeah, the arrows. Like, did either character interested in pocketing those arrows?
To be
Yes,
honest,
never get-
I am not a monk whose style is going to benefit from bow and arrows, I don't think.
All right. Okay.
That's
All right.
That's fair. So,
right,
yeah, Phantom.
Jazz.
Do you want the
And
arrows?
also, I don't believe rogues can use longbows anyway. Oh no,
No.
these are
Well, arrows can be used with a short bow.
Yeah, that's true. These can't be
Yeah.
used with a short bow. Yeah.
Oh, Jazz were to get a
Arrows can
short
use
bow.
their
I don't
bows.
know if Phantom does.
And
short
if I was
bows.
going Kensai, I would absolutely jump on that.
That would make so much sense.
Okay,
No, you're
no.
going something else.
How heavy is the broken longbow?
Let me see here. I can tell you.
It'll
Why,
probably
you
still
think
be the
you're
same weight
taking
as a regular longbow, right?
Yeah, so it weighs. Come, roll 20. Tell me how much it weighs. It weighs 2 pounds.
Okay. Sif is going to pick it up, sort of use the bowstring to sort of cord the broken pieces together, and she's going to take that with her.
All right then.
Okay.
All right.
As a thing to hopefully identify this hunter when we get back.
Hmm.
Alright.
Alright.
Because I'm
Alright.
sure Rin
So-
or someone else will recognize the bow.
So that's all the loot that we've dealt with, that we found so far?
I think so.
Has Kopaka figured out his weight problem?
Yeah, so Paul, what are you gonna do about your weight? What are you gonna dump?
Well, obviously I have to dump this fat.
That's not helpful.
I must do more push-ups, sit-ups, probably 100 every single day with a 10K run.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I get what
Nice
you're going for
reference.
there, but yes. Okay, but genuinely, seriously there, Paul, I would recommend, if you want to try to get your character to be not encumbered, like, you could just choose to be encumbered and move 10 feet slower.
But
But
won't that slow down the rest of the group?
it will if you want to stick together.
Yeah.
Let's not.
Drop the
split
moose
group.
head.
The moose head.
Like,
Leave
you've
the
just had
moose
this
head
moose
where
head
we're
slung over
staying.
your shoulder this entire time. What are you using it for?
Yeah, you could have
Put the
told
moose
us
head
about
on
it.
the- Put the
You could've
moose
told-
head on
you
the
could've created
corpse so
it.
we can tell where it is.
Do we not have a
Put the
place
moose head
to
on the
store
corpse so we
it?
can tell where it is.
No. No.
Store it with the corpse.
Yeah.
It'll be
then
like a
you
little
carry it
landmark so
buddy.
you can find it later on.
Why don't we? Why don't we leave the moose head where we're staying for now? And then when we get the cart, you can mount the moose head on the cart, and that would be badass as hell.
You had me at badassery.
Alright then. So we'll do that. That'll do a little bit. You're still.
since you're leaving.
You're still encumbered by how much?
He's still encumbered. Like, if you could get rid of your 25-pound hunting trap, and that would probably put you in weight.
Alright. The hunting trap goes.
I mean, you could set up the trap. The owlbear has clearly been through here once.
That's actually not a bad idea. Like a brevity, we set up the trap.
Yeah.
Sure, you can have.
Who knows? Maybe it'll catch something by the time we get back.
Unless someone else wants it.
In further reference to the N64 era, I just found something fun.
We're definitely coming back to an orc stuck in this trap.
For those of us who can relate.
Alright. Well, you're no longer encumbered. Alright. So, as you guys continue.
Yay!
You continued, you were walking for about an hour before you found that orc corpse. And I'm gonna need another D10 from the group.
I'll roll it.
By the way, Looney, you didn't mention between
I got
Dragon
three.
Hunt and the orc corpse how far we'd walked.
I just said an hour.
Oh, you said an hour. Okay.
You just said it.
I literally did just say it.
I'm gonna assume we're gonna be walking an hour
Sorry,
increments.
I misheard. I thought like you walked for an hour and a half to the next thing.
I think so.
So, 20 minutes later, you find a stack of large logs that have been chopped down and neatly piled. These logs are coated with moss, so they've been there a long time.
Huh. Old log pile.
We can come back here if we. They did say they were looking for lumber. We could come back here on the way back.
Yeah.
Mm.
But doesn't it?
Is there a
isn't it
way
weird
that I
there's,
can
like all these logs
clear
here?
the moss?
No one's here.
We'll worry about this later.
Okay.
All right.
Also, who's keeping an eye out for Arg? Is anyone keeping an eye out?
Keeping an eye out for what?
The owl bear.
I mean, I am.
Yep. Yeah, the owl one.
I kind of gave you all the benefit of the doubt that you were doing it and have been using your passive perceptions, which I have written down for my convenient use.
Okay.
Alright. One more D10, please. I don't
Okay, roll them bones.
Alright. Kevin.
Oh, fun.
You're
This is my
6.
favorite one on the list.
Oh, fun.
Dear.
Oh.
That's not what I wanted to
Oh
hear.
no! Please stop, please.
So, about an hour and a half after you pass by those logs, you encounter, or I should say, you see dashing through the trees a small black cat.
The fuck?
What was that? The cat?
Yes, looks like a house cat. It does, and it stops about 60 feet away from you, staring at the group.
Nathalie, do the thing!
Without dark vision, can we actually see this cat? Because light only
You
goes
have
out
light
40
cantrips.
feet. Yeah, but it only goes out 40 feet, and this cat is 60 feet away.
Well, though I guess
Oh,
those of you with
Hey,
dark vision,
hey, Grandpa,
those
Grandpa,
without dark
hey.
vision don't.
Wait, what?
Womp womp.
What's out there? Why are we stopping?
Cat! Nathalie, do the thing!
Hi, kitty.
I'm assuming she just talks.
I kind of just sits there staring at you.
It's a beautiful night for a hunt, isn't it?
Does not
I'm gonna walk towards it.
All right then.
Fear the bird fearlessly walking toward the cat.
The cat, as you approach the cat also slowly approaches you.
Okay. I'm gonna try to reach and touch it as I get closer.
All right. I mean, you can absolutely reach out and touch it. For unknown reasons, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no. Sure has nothing to do with anything.
I only rolled an 8, so.
Ooh.
All right. The cat turns into a silver coin that has a cat on it. That coin, as you touch it, like as you touch the cat, it turns into that. It then melts into your hand.
Huh?
Leaving a tattoo of a black cat on the back of your palm.
What?
Do I know what this is?
You definitely have no idea what that is. But
That's totally not a curse.
You have a
Does it
black
see
cat
magic?
tattoo on the back of your hand.
Does it like radiate magic, or is it just like a tattoo?
Oh, there's magic coming from it.
Can I tell what type?
You could roll Arcana or cast Detect Magic. Either one I will accept.
Oh, that's a good one.
This
22.
is... It has enchantment magic, you think.
Oh?
Pretty sure.
You can summon a cat!
Now, that would be Conjuration. One would.
Conjuration.
Oh.
And enchantment is mindfuckery.
And it's got
right.
abjuration magic coming off of it. Take that.
Abjuration?
I did say that, yes.
Enchantment abjuration. Okay. Let me write this down.
I was wondering if someone was going to touch that cat.
Always hunting the mysterious black cat in the woods.
I think you got something. I think you got something that like enhances you in some way.
Or fucks with you.
Enhanceability?
Mindfuckery is
Cat's
part of
grace.
enhancement.
I provide no details at this point.
Do I feel any different, right?
No, you feel fine. You don't feel any different.
Sure, nothing will go wrong. The hilarious thing is, this is the owlin, which means the tiny little owl.
Yep.
Well, it's not transmutation, so he's not going to turn into the cat, so...
Abjuration and what magic?
So nothing happened.
Abjuration and enchantment.
So cold in here. God damn it.
Jamie, we can hear you.
Okay.
So that was weird.
Yeah.
Are we moving on?
I think you're moving on.
I think we...
Yep. I'm gonna.
What else can we do about that?
I don't know. The feeling different. We don't have detect magic, so.
Yeah, we're level 1.
Oh man, why is my computer slowed down?
I'm gonna. I guess. See if I feel any different later.
Oh man, my
This is cat shaped tattoo,
Your
right?
Discord crashed? Seriously? No, wait, no,
There
you're
it
back
is.
on.
All right.
It's just Discord's been laggy.
So,
That's
as,
weird. It's
yeah,
just
so as you guys
laggy the whole
continue,
day.
I will take one final D10 from you.
I volunteer Kevin for that role.
Oh, come on. No, that
Kevin
went so
already
bad.
rolled the
Suddenly
6.
there's a cat. This is bad.
I'll
Roll
do
it,
it.
Kevin.
Yeah, do it, Kevin. Do it. Roll a D10.
Alright, I guess Kevin, you're doing it. Sorry. But he rolled the last one, didn't he? Oh! Never mind.
I'm trying to include him in our group dynamic.
Oh, this one's
I
a
thought we were
fun
doing
one.
like one at a time.
This one seems fitting that you're the one who rolled that. All right. So as you're walking, 2 hours later, you encounter a singular wagon wheel. There's no sign of any wagons nearby or anything else. There's no tracks from there having been a wagon. There's no splintered wood like there had been a wagon there. There's just a wagon wheel.
How much does a wagon wheel weigh?
That's a good question. Somehow I didn't think anyone would say, how much does the wagon weigh?
Hey, you're asking us how much to carry stuff? We're gonna make
like
a cart. A wagon wheel would be handy.
Yeah, maybe like 5 pounds?
I'm gonna look it up. Hang on, I'll
We
get
have
back
to carry it.
Depends on the wagon. Like
Is there a weight for like a wheelbarrow?
a big old stagecoach is gonna be a lot heavier than say, or like an iron-bound wheel, or
Yeah, but
it's
it
just
would be like
a couple planks of wood in a
like
circle.
5 pounds. Like it'd be.
This is a heavy wood one, so based on a quick look up I found of that, I'm going to say that this wagon wheel weighs 25 pounds.
Yeah. If we want to keep it, I think Ravik has room.
I mean, do we have to pick it up? Can't we just roll it?
Carrying capacity for that.
Oh, okay.
Sniff isn't carrying much.
Okay, does Sniff want to carry it and we just think of brevity, like we use some rope to like fashion a strap for Sniff to carry it with?
Yeah, she's gonna lash it and carry it on her back. Like a backpack. A wheel backpack.
Alrighty.
A wheel back.
I was expecting like a wheel shield.
Wheel.
That was a lot, was it? Huh.
So as you're doing you're strapping this to Sif's back, Sif, you notice that the cap at the center of the wheel is wobbly.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Wobbly.
Oh my god, is it a mimic?
Wobbly.
There's a wobbly cap.
Yep.
You know what? I have a dagger. I'm gonna try and pry at it.
Yeah, it might be a stash.
All right then.
I swear to God,
not
if
that
it's a
hard-
mimic.
It's not that hard to pry off. Like I said, it's wobbly and loose, so it pops off there, and in there's a single small cut emerald.
Sorry, a single small witch?
Cut emerald.
Emerald.
Fancy emerald.
Another shiny.
Oh, that's mine.
Pretty.
I volunteer. Hey. I volunteered to carry the wheel. I get the shiny. For now.
To be fair, that makes sense to me.
Grumble, 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 grumble.
I'm assuming the emerald is negligible weight.
Actually, it would weigh.
The uncut stuff you told me to put was 1 each, so presumably it would be less than 1.
Yeah, hang on.
You said this was a cut emerald.
I did say it was cut.
It means it's worth more value, but the weight of it is not
Reduced.
necessarily reduced.
We'll get heavier when we pulled the gem out of it, or was it 25
No,
pounds?
I'm gonna say it's worth. It has a weight of 1 pound, and it is worth.
And the wagon wheel has a weight of
25.
25.
Well, 24.
Because yeah.
All right. Do you want to sign
Making
a
sure I've got
double
my
gold value
numbers
to
right
it,
here.
Looney?
Yes, 50 gold pieces.
All right.
Damn.
I am now close to my weight capacity, though, so that's the last thing I carry.
Why it's fitting that I'm the one that found the wheel.
That's why I said it.
Huh? See?
I mean, does anyone need emeralds for their spellcasting, or?
Well, there's that thing I linked. You can look it up later if there's something that has emerald as a component.
So should we keep going?
Alright. A further 2 hours later, you come upon the grove itself. It's really obvious.
Did you say 30 minutes?
2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
have no idea where you got 30 minutes from.
Well, you're occasionally difficult to make out. Just throwing it out there.
Alright.
Lean closer to your mic.
Yeah. Easy enough to spot. There's a gigantic, well, I say gigantic, but there's a small pond there. And behind it, there is a massive, massive tree just a little bit away.
Yeah, that must be the tree you're looking for.
I'm gonna give Nathalie and Old Man the benefit of the doubt that they can generally estimate the age of the tree based on its size. Probably about 3,000 years old.
Damn.
Old tree.
Hey, Nathalie, hey, Nathalie.
Nathalie bends down at the waist without moving her legs, like a giraffe swinging its neck, and goes straight towards Rocket so that she's right up to his nose with a big cow grin, and she flops her little cow ear, her long cow ears. Yeah.
You've been talking to a bunch of trees and stuff along the way, so that means you can get some information from them and have a conversation with them, right?
I can always ask. What they tell me is up to them.
Ask them if they've seen a bird bear.
You think you would be able to get some information from that tree as to what it remembers about coming to this world?
He might think
you're
Nathalie,
crazy. Over the rest.
Nathalie stares at you for a second. Blink, blink. Leans back up. Looks towards the nearest tree.
Oh boy.
Hey, so I got a question for you if you're not busy. I'm sorry if I'm waking you. I know it's kind of a rude hour. But do you remember, where you were before you were here?
I love the way that's worded.
The tree has no idea of this question or how to answer it, so it doesn't answer.
I think they're sleeping.
I love that.
Can you imagine Rocket just goes to the tree and knocks at it wing up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is that what you do?
Luthien is going to ask you, have any of these trains seen an owlbear?
Alright, one more question, and then I'm gonna leave you alone. I promise. Has anyone here seen an owlbear? Raise your branch.
You're asked what an owlbear is.
It's half owl, half bear. It's
Oh,
really big.
They've seen that, yeah.
Yeah, the name usually says what it is on the tin.
There is it.
Do you know where it goes, where its home is?
They tell you its home is here.
Hey guys, I think we're in the right place.
Do we?
His home is here.
Do we see any tracks?
It's here right now.
You hear
Eyeing the tree suspiciously.
Yeah, you hear a loud.
You don't know what the tree is saying.
You hear a
guys.
We hear a loud sound, huh?
A loud hooting, roaring sound.
In what direction?
Coming right behind us.
Over there.
I swear, if it's directed...
We're ready in action.
I forgot about the map.
We're ready in action. We're gonna blast a mofo.
Oh shit! Oh, we're rolling initiative. Alrighty.
You're rolling an initiative if you're not ready in action.
I figured as much.
Yeah, no, it definitely knew we were here before we knew it was here.
Okay, so that doesn't work. That's good to know.
We're blasting.
Alright, initiative time. Initiative time.
You're gonna put me on the order because I didn't click my
I
thing.
think this is the first time I've ever fought an owlbear. God dang, okay. Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
actually,
came
that's
into
pretty
the
good.
last campaign too late for the owlbear.
Oh, we had a long
action.
rest. That means we regained our one hit die,
We
right?
would've- yeah, if you were down a spell slot, you're full.
Okay, rest
No, I meant hit die.
Your hit die goes to roll too, yeah.
I think that's everybody.
No, I'm not on there.
Oh, fuck off!
Oh no. And then it
I am
rolled
not
that.
on the list.
Oh, it rolled high on initiative. This gonna be fun.
It didn't push me on the list.
Oh, hang
Did,
on.
did you click your
Yeah, I'm
token?
not there either.
No, I thought it didn't need to because I was doing the click
Yeah,
the
the
initiative
shortcut.
on the.
I want a laser pistol.
No, the shortcut only works if you have a token selected.
It's true.
Yeah,
You want me to roll it again then?
Yeah.
No, I
Or
can,
do I enter it
Just click on
manually?
your token and then roll it again, and then we can
No.
add your previous initiative.
I can just go grab it from your rolls. So let's see. You got a.
All right.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, and then is that everyone in there?
Yeah, I think if you're not there, let people know. Otherwise, we'll be skipped.
Okay.
11.
Oh yes, that is everyone. I can see that everyone's there. I was going, wait a second,
Alright,
there's one
okay.
person not there, but then that person isn't here today. So that would make sense.
Cool.
Okay, what have I got handy?
So who goes first?
Owlbear.
Owlbear.
Oh,
Owlbear.
Fucking owlbear.
let's just see him.
Go ahead,
Oh,
you
no.
fucking.
Oh no, DM is cackling. Oh no.
Oh,
no.
is this a special kind of owlbear?
Just so you know, the area that it's on, this area, is raised 10 feet up.
Alright.
It's got the high ground. It's over.
Just watch it just belly flop
Oh
on
no.
us.
Oh no.
Who's a good? Oh, you're the biggest target, so it's gonna target Ironhoof with this because the biggest target.
I mean that makes sense.
Target me with what? What?
Fucking laser eyes.
Did you wait? What?
Because of course it does.
And it hits me because I have an AC of 13.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh no! Max damage, you are down.
That's hilarious.
Oh no!
Fucking mute.
I'm sorry. When do they have laser eyes?
Just now.
Oh yeah, you thought this was gonna be a normal owl bear. No!
Bullshit!
Oh, sorry, I realized I forgot something. Hang on, I did.
Oh god!
what do you mean?
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Oh right, our horse Luke.
Defend your fallen brethren!
Well, so good
Roll for
news.
Luke.
I can totally get you up.
Okay.
Oh well. Okay, he's gonna be a while.
Yep.
I don't even know.
We
the
actually
order.
brought him with us to fight the owlbear.
He is with us.
Apparently we did, and apparently we're gonna need him.
What?
He's a traveling companion.
Son of a bitch, man.
You.
She's like,
That's the owlbear's
That you're a
turn.
madman.
All right, is that the owlbear's turn?
Yes, it is.
All right, Nyx, go.
Okay.
After Nyx, press it.
You guys are probably fine.
I'm going to fly 30 feet up in the air.
Yes, I'm sure that will help you a lot.
It will. I will. What do I want to do?
better recorded my reaction, by the way.
Only for, I guess if I roll, it's the same, right? How much is this?
Wait, what are there 2 Lukes now?
The other one isn't there for me, and it's not in the turn order for me either.
Okay.
So
I'll make it easy.
One.
Yeah, let's do one as well.
Magic missile.
Magic missile.
It's gonna make you click it. It's gonna make you click it 4 times, 3 times, isn't it?
Yes, you do have to click it individually.
I only see. Wait.
Yeah,
2,
that
3.
just requires manually doing it. All right, that's 11 damage. Okay.
So that's 3.
Yeah, that was a good roll.
Is that the end of your turn?
11 damage.
That's movement.
Yes.
That's action.
Okay, then Ironhoof, please roll a death
He's
saving
down.
throw.
Okay.
You passed
11?
1 success. You have 1 successful death saving throw.
Okay.
All right, Russet. After Russet, it's Seth.
Yep, Mr. Potato.
I'm allowed to move in through here, right? There's nobody actually there.
You can move through the space of an allied creature with 0 inhibit. You can move through the space of a hostile creature as difficult terrain. You just can't end your turn. Allies is not even difficult terrain because they presumably.
That's what I mean. Like it's difficult for me to see with all the names in here. Is this like occupied a square? If I stand here,
No, it's
am
not.
I?
It's not. It is not occupied.
It's not occupied,
Okay.
and you can occupy any of the. You can occupy the same space as Ironhoof because of the size differential. You're small.
I'm just a little nervous about him being literally unconscious.
Yeah, yeah.
Valid.
I am unconscious.
On his feet, unconscious, because he is a centaur.
That's an interesting quirk, huh? Handy that.
Wait, I thought I fell.
Lock.
Nope.
I thought I fell.
Nope.
I was 100% convinced they were laying down. Yeah. Well, now you don't even have to stand back up. That's handy.
Okay. Thank you.
Because a horse getting up from prone would take more than 6 seconds.
Right? I think that's my turn.
You're just gonna move? Oh, and Cure Wounds, yeah, sorry.
Sorry, yeah, I cast Cure Wounds on the horse. Because the horse has been injured.
Yeah.
You're back up with 8 hit points. Then Sif.
Men horse.
Grandpa's after Seth.
Yep.
Oh, wait, my turn?
Yes,
Yeah.
your turn.
Oh, shit. Sorry, I got so distracted by the fucking laser eyes.
I don't understand what's so confusing and distracting to you guys. Just
Do I have anything that could even hit it from here? So yes, I do. Firebolt.
Hey.
Nice. Oh, that's a good thing.
That's a big solid hit. Roll
I
for
should have
damage.
rolled the 1 for damage.
Sorry, was that?
Oh, is it?
Oh, it's you got a.
I might have to do
manual. I think it's a D10 you roll.
1d10.
Nope. Is that no? That one didn't.
Try pressing the firebolt tile.
Here,
There we go.
Ah, yes, you got it.
Ooh, max damage.
Nice.
Ooh.
It is max damage.
Whoosh.
All right. Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
I'm going to move
You want?
a little bit behind the other people because oh god.
Okay.
And then I'm going to bonus action cower.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Grandpa.
Yeah, Grandpa Rocket is after Grandpa.
You're after Grandpa.
Okay.
I'm going to attempt to tell it to calm down.
I don't think it's going to listen.
Because it's being very loud and mean.
Its opening gambit was laser eyes.
Which wasn't very nice, man.
Call it aggressive negotiation.
The range that's not very far. Jeez, they don't really have the range to do anything to it right now.
You could try to get closer to it, so next time you are.
I really don't want to be near the owlbear.
I don't understand what your problem is. It's just an owlbear, an average, ordinary owlbear.
Uh-huh!
Oh, fuck you, Looney. You know I love you to pieces, and nothing's ever allowed to happen to you. You're a precious cinnamon bun. But you can go fuck yourself.
Even Goblin said, "Fuck you."
I'm waiting for my girlfriend to check her phone because I just sent her, "Why does the owlbear have fucking laser eyes?"
It's the
Out of curiosity, Winnie, is there any like trees or anything that might count as like partial cover?
If you can get behind a tree, I'll give you partial cover.
There you go.
You can tell where the trees are because they are the big bushy things with the trunks in the middle of them.
Okay, and is it just the middle is considered a tree trunk?
No, these are the trunks.
The yellow?
Well, yellow.
Yeah, the posts.
Wood, the post.
Yellow post is considered a tree trunk.
Yeah.
So you know, if you're not sure what you can do.
You know what? Yeah, we'll move there at least.
There you go.
Get behind the tree.
Did you want to maybe ready in action if you don't know what you want to do?
Yeah, it's too far away for me to do anything.
Hence the meaning ready in action. Or you could also take the dodge action if you wanted.
You could do that.
You could take the dodge action.
You know, that's actually not a bad idea.
Alright then.
How does Grandpa dodge?
Can we explain the dodge action for the guy coming from a different rule set?
So you burn your action to until the start of your next turn. Anybody who makes an attack roll on you has disadvantage.
Yeah, so basically, in addition to the basic actions like casting a spell and attacking, there's also dash, which lets you move again up to your movement speed. Disengage,
And the help action,
which lets you move away without proccing opportunity attacks if you're in melee combat with something. Then there's dodge, which gives stuff disadvantage against attacking you. There's the help action, which gives an ally advantage on their next d20. And I think that's basically all of them.
So how does Grandpa dodge behind the tree? I need to know this from a mental picture.
He just kind of leans against it.
All right then.
Like hiding himself from the owlbear, just kind of like leaning back and relaxing.
All right. Rocket is next. Zaraka's after.
Yep, Rocket.
Alrighty, so Rocket's looking around. Graphic is back up. So he's not going to go to try to stabilize him anymore, but so instead, he is going to try to see if he can find the closest thing he can hide behind. That's a little bit closer. So he's going to spend 25 feet of his movement to hide partially there. And he's going to use some fancy hand signs and what have you and cast a spell.
which is
Catapult.
He's
going to catapult a rock from like a small.
There are small rocks. Yeah. There's small rocks. It's fine.
By the river, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, there's small rocks.
Oh, deck save.
He's going to catapult a rock at the thing.
It makes the save, which I think means it takes half damage. I believe. Oh nope! It misses. No damage.
It just misses.
Yeah.
Yep. That was the closest thing I got to an attack at this distance.
There's no way you would have been hit unless it got a nat 1 or a 2.
Yeah.
Oh, nat 1 actually.
Well, we know it's dexterity.
Yeah, it's dexterity based. Zaraka is up.
Well, not much I can do. What's the range of my javelin?
Isn't it like 30-60 or something, or 30-90?
The javelins might be the 60-90 one. Hang on, let me check.
Or it might be 20-60. No, 20-60 is hand axe.
Yeah, javelin might be the longer one. Javelins have a range of 31-20, so you can throw it at it. You will be just at disadvantage to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was pretty sure javelins had a long range.
Alright.
You're at disadvantage, so you have to roll it again and take the lowest. But if you roll like that again, you'll definitely be hitting it. Well, we'll take the first one. 15 will do it, so you do get the hit on cross. So
nice.
Nice.
Raging, right? Was that already 2 moves or no?
You can raise as a bonus.
Rage is a bonus action.
That's your bonus action, so you're good.
Yeah, you're good, man.
Oh no, you don't get.
Oh no! Extra attack! No extra attack.
Oh, okay.
There is no extra attack at this
We're level
point.
No, you're not getting that for a while, buddy.
No, I'm too used to it.
That's okay. It's fine. You get the hit.
Alright, that's it. I'll remain up front just in case. Yeah.
Okay. Morgan.
Athalie is after Morgan.
Jamie.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
Your turn.
I thought it was, Oh. Wait. No. Oh, okay, I see it now. I see what you meant. I misheard you. I feel like that owlbear's too far for me to minor illusion. Try and scare it?
You could maybe try distracting it.
I could. Let me see. Let me think. What can I... Give me think of a minor illusion I can distract it. I could... Oh, what's a good minor illusion? It's... Think. So I was thinking of that, but I was like, could be a good minor illusion. I would fuck, oh my god, I had it and I lost. I'm gonna do, to distract it, I'm gonna try, I guess, do fireworks. So all can have it in.
Yeah, so just so you know, this minor illusion can't create sound or light or smell or any other sensory effect.
It can't?
Nope.
What the fuck can it do again? Oh, let me see. You create a sound or an image of an object. Oh.
If you make an object, then it can't do anything else. So like if you made it's like either an object or a sound, but not both.
Oh, so can I just make popping sounds to make it so it can?
Yeah, you can make popping sounds.
To make it where it's distracted, is attending towards me in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I will do is then I will then roll an investigation, which in this case is just going to be this, to see if it's distracted or not.
Oh.
It is distracted.
Alright.
Nice.
Okay. I'm not gonna do anything right now. I'm gonna just keep it distracted. Get that fucking owlbear. I will just give y'all the look and like gesture towards that owlbear. So while I'm just yes. So Nat, fucking get it.
Athalie then.
Okay, so the range of my spears to throw them is 20-60.
Ooh,
my speed is 30. Which means I don't think that I can make it.
No.
Not in one turn.
You'd have to like roll with disadvantage then.
No, even with that, it's outside of range.
Whoa.
So, instead, I am going to use my movement and my action to... Can I get behind this here big rock?
Yeah, you can go behind the rock for sure.
How far away from the owlbear is that? About 30?
Yeah.
No, that would be... To get to the big rock would be everything. So I could get there.
Yeah, and then
45... Okay. So even if the owlbear moves with its full turn and goes towards my friends, I am still capable in the next turn to hit it with a spear.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Okay. So that is what I'm going to do. Oh, I am still at 7 health. What's that about?
That might have been me from before. I'm not sure. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely have full health.
Thank you. And let's see here. Nope, that's... I seem to be in ruler. How do I close ruler?
If you press S, or it should close it, I believe. If you have quick keys enabled, anyway.
And now roll 20 is restarting.
Okay.
Oh no.
Can somebody move me just behind the rock, please, and end my turn?
Yes, I can move you just behind the rock.
There you go.
Thank you.
Luthien.
In the meantime, I gotta relaunch the game.
Alright, so Luthien makes a gesture, writes a symbol in the sky, and then shouts in Divine, and casts Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
Oh, that's a hit! So, doing that...
Oh, that's some good damage.
And then as she does that, she's going to run 30 feet this direction, and as she gets to the end, she's gonna, jump to, dive on the ground, like military style, and I'd like to basically use that to... She, jumps, and she's now prone.
I mean, you can go prone, yeah.
Alright, that's what we're doing, and we're behind this little bush here.
Okay. Okay, is that the end of your turn?
That is! And now that I'm prone, if he attacks me, it has disadvantage.
Yeah, if it makes a ranged attack anyway, it does.
Yes, I guess ranged attack, yes.
If a melee attack would be at advantage.
Yes, but, we're gonna deal with that later.
Alright. Lastly is Luke, who will, seeing as you've dragged him in the situation, he's peaceful by nature, but also he's one of the giant horses, and they can get kind of violent when they need to be, so... Let's see. He's going to burrow under the ground.
What?
I'm curious how he does that.
Hang on. Let him cook.
And move. He's going to end his turn burrowed under the ground. Somewhere.
Our giant, badass, two-headed
Did he
fire-breathing
use his
horse
heads
just
or did he use his
ostrich?
hooves?
His hooves split apart into small claws that dig through the ground with ease.
Oh, don't like that. That's a bad description.
Also, you deleted his turn order.
I did not. I just hit his turn order when I hit his token.
Oh.
He is hidden.
Yes, he is hidden.
Okay. Owlbear again.
Back to the owlbear, who's going to move forward, closer, so it can figure out where that sound's coming from, but it also doesn't see anything. So it is going to do something else in the meantime. Excellent.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So Zaraka, you were attacked from range by its claws that stretch out.
Fucking kidding me.
Yes.
Oh, great! It's a Mr. Fantastic as well.
So you take half of that.
Claws.
Oh, 9.
Wait,
Oh, he is raging. He's raging.
Did you say the owlbear was distracted?
I did. So that's why I had it move forward. It wasn't going to move forward. So it moved.
Okay.
It's moving towards the sound.
Mm.
And while it's doing that, it is attacking. It definitely would not have moved otherwise. And then lastly, it will do something else. Target.
I swear to fucking God.
You hit it hard. Oh yeah, it'll target Nyx with this. Nyx is in the sky. This is a perfect target for this.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm gonna get some cake.
Of course.
What the fuck?
Jesus!
Is that not fun?
Wait, is your shield?
No, it doesn't matter.
I don't, is
Shield does not help you with
No, I'm not going to
it's
cast her then.
23. Ooh,
You are down.
no.
You slam into the ground and automatically fail one death saving throw.
Oh!
Oof.
Oh no.
Does he make a squeaky sound as he hits the ground?
Yes.
Oh no.
Alright, that's
I'm
Owlbear done.
Oreos.
Oh, yeah, and then you roll a death save, so you've got one pass, one fail.
Mhm.
Alright,
pass, one
Iron
fail.
Hoof.
Oh god!
This thing just hurts you. Hurt it back.
It hurt me. Oh, wait.
With
but
its laser eyes.
I can't.
Now my question is, Looney.
Well, you can get close enough
Looney.
and then chuck an axe.
Looney, hang on. I have an important question.
Uh-huh.
Does it still have a beak?
Yes, it does. It grew a new one instantly.
Lame.
This is some bullshit!
Alright, well, anyways, you could get close enough that you could just chuck an axe without being at disadvantage, I'm pretty sure. Or
I have
if
an
you have
axe?
Why wouldn't you have a
Wait, I
throwing
took the hand
weapon?
axes?
No,
I have
you
javelins.
did. Yeah,
Oh,
you got
well,
javelins.
javelins! Whatever throwing weapon your character has.
Okay.
javelins have-
Alright,
javelins
I was just seeing like my range right now.
Yeah, so javelins have
So
a
much.
regular
Okay.
range of 60, so you're not even throwing them with a disadvantage at 60 feet.
Okay, so I'm currently so I can throw it from where I am right now.
Yep.
You sure
Alright,
can.
so I'm gonna fucking rage because ow! And advantage because guiding bolt.
Oh, yeah, that's the first attack, so yes, you have advantage.
Yep.
That's a hit.
I was hoping for a nat 20, but that's good enough. And bang! 10.
Alright, the owlbear is bleeding.
Woo!
Nice.
And that's the end of my turn.
Alright,
It's
Rustin.
6 p.m. Did we want to break for dinner?
Well, we'll go until we actually hit 6.
Okay.
I mean, it's 2-2, so
You got 3 minutes.
Well, we'll get at least
Yeah,
one.
I think some of our rounds are probably going to go
Okay.
Pretty quick.
I ordered food, so I'm gonna go eat, okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have cake.
Rustin's turn.
So, once again, running the back line, picking up all those people falling out the bloody sky, I'm going to move over here and heal him instead. Hopefully the owl comes back to his senses before, problems occur. Oh, come on, level 1. There we go. Oh, there we go.
Well, that's pretty good.
And now the owl's up. And I think that's my turn.
That's so nice.
Tiny's got to stick together.
That's the idea.
I think that's both your spell slots, though, too.
Yes.
So
No one die!
No promises!
Okay, and then we'll get one last turn. We'll do Sif's turn, and then we'll break for
Okay.
Okay.
Well, since I don't have a diamond, I'm gonna try this.
Oh, I know what you're gonna do. Ooh, that's...
Oh!
Chromatic dot, what?
Chromatic dot!
Okay, so basically it shoots out, goes poof, and then sort of like fizzles out like a little
Yeah.
like a little firework that's just sort of zipping around a bit.
Yeah, that spell came from the RP that involved Breezy. It's a weaker, physical-based version of Chromatic Orb that doesn't require the diamond, called Chromatic Dud. And in this case, it fizzled out and didn't work. Alright, so we're gonna call it for dinner there at 6 o'clock. I'll see everyone back at 7 with Grandpa's turn.
Alright.